No, I totally didn't mess that up. I didn't say
What?
30 seconds and then count 1 minute and 30 seconds. Why would I do such a thing? Anyway, hello. Hi. Welcome to Gaming While Rome Burns. We call that shit a Roman cancel. This is technically episode 1 if we don't count the episode we did before this. I'm Aaron. I'm on the internet. I'm joined by a distinguished panel of experts on everything.
Hi, I'm T5. I definitely know a lot about Guilty Gear. Not so much about Rome, but that's why I canceled it.
We've canceled Rome just now.
Yeah, the Romans, they're never coming back from that one.
Finally, someone had to do it.
That's a lie because you're clearly Cliff Anderson.
That's well.
I am Melly Fiore. I talk about a lot of shit, and as this heat said, we're all Romans and we regret it. I think it was the lyric.
Powerful.
Yeah.
Today, yeah, you just came off of a streak of playing some games with a friend of the channel. Shout out to Reload last save. But today we're just gonna, well, there's a couple of things I have in mind I want to talk about. Before we started recording, we were talking about Shaq Fu 2 of all things.
Oh, this is like the really mediocre beat 'em up, right?
Well,
yeah, made out of yeah.
So is it a okay, what do we call it? It's not really a beat 'em up. It wants to, it doesn't ascend to those, you know, it's just there to be like, it's like a spite driven video game. I compared it off mic to Adi Shankar's output as of late, where it's just this bitter or, you know, cultural artifice of let's just punch down on Justin Bieber and whoever. Like it's such a relic, like, you know what I mean? Like it's a relic game. A relic 'em up, I don't know.
It came up because Lollipop Chainsaw has that similar, like, spiteful sort of thing coming out that doesn't involve Suda or James Gunn.
Yeah, and complains about DEI, and it's like, we're gonna make Lollipop Chainsaw DEI free, and it's like, okay, man, relax. Good luck, I guess.
Did anybody ever talk about that? That's the.
No.
I also assume they did not get in touch with the other writer of Lollipop Chainsaw, who I know for having writing the chapter in 25th Ward that involves two assassin guys killing a bunch of Nazis in one part. So
oh, so that was the problem they had with. Okay, it's starting to make sense now.
Yeah.
I see what's going on here.
Yeah. Too close to home, I guess.
I can only wish that game an incoming tremendous failure. And what is not, what's not a tremendous failure? Video games that we like, that we've been playing. If maybe we can kind of go around the room. What's everybody been playing?
Oh baby, so this is really, really, really weird. But you like NES games, right? Those are pretty cool, right?
Are we getting into the Champion Edition thing? Is that where we're going here?
Oh, no. Hear me out, right? NES games are really cool, but what if you could play them on the Super Nintendo?
Oh, jeez.
For some reason, yeah. So there's this project people have been doing where they're porting NES games to the Super Nintendo with a bunch of bells and whistles. Like, so there's a Castlevania port that lets you use like the MSU1 CD audio chip.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a completely one-to-one accurate port of the NES game, but it's just running on a Super Nintendo and with a bunch of little extras. I've been playing a lot of those lately. Obviously been playing Guilty Gear. First thing I did when I got home and like get situated was like, hey, does Unk still got it? Is what I said.
You didn't, you refused Donkey Kong Bonanza and you returned to Cliff. That's so funny.
I beat the game, yeah. That was 2 weeks ago. I beat that game. I wrote the review and I was like, oh, I gotta go back.
It was like a different type of going ape shit that you were seeking. That's great.
That's great.
I hope they port Mortal Kombat 2 Special to the SNES.
We can only hope. You know how they have like 3D Sen on Steam? It's like a thing that takes NES games and makes them like voxel-ish, like gives them like a 3D perspective. Someone should just do that but with stuff like MK2 Special, that would be incredible.
Special
what's
is like
that?
my favorite game.
What was that called again? I'm about to look into
Oh,
it.
3D Sen. It's a it was in early access for a really long time. It is on Steam. You can apparently just kind of port NES ROMs into it, and it just sort of gives them that effect. I was trying to play Urbian Champion that way one time.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, that's a good time. I guess speaking of what else we were playing, what was the modded WCW game y'all were?
So yesterday, it was mostly me playing because both Parsec and DuckStation were not working with us at the time.
The struggle.
It was a mod of SmackDown 2, a Ukes wrestling game.
Shout out to Ukes.
For the PS1. Ukes made some wild stuff back then in a good way. And SmackDown 2 apparently has a robust modding scene, probably due to the fact that I found out you could just replace the whole roster of creative characters if you want through hacking. And a guy, Sinister Software, I believe his name is, decided to get the highlights of WCW from 95 to, I think, 2000. And
that's a
ported
good era.
yeah. Ported all walks of life they could fit in there. Including even some non-playable oddities, including Jerry Lynn is Mr. JL, and Terry Funk's there.
The terrorist was in there. Do you think that do you think that it means that we're somewhere or anywhere closer to having like Glacier playable in Evil Zone? Given that the current like influx again, people are interested in Evil Zone again, through its like GDQ events. I feel like we're getting there.
Yeah, I always kind of wondered if because you have all these hacks for Mortal Kombat and stuff, like going back to the NES stuff. There's like Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 for the NES, and I'm like, I always wonder, like, if somebody grabbed, like, a really niche fighter and a modding scene came out of that somehow.
Yeah. To kind of give, I guess also to lean into, like, kind of what we've been playing and making this the sort of, like, what's hot at the arcades section of the pod, Hulk Hogan died.
Yeah, so the funny thing about the WCW stream is we announced that, like, I think a week before that news broke.
Yeah.
And 2 days before we were set to go, he died.
What a impeccable timing on that is. That's wow.
He saw that he was potentially going to job to the ICP the way we had it set up. He's like, that doesn't work for me.
Yeah, you're not left. Just you can't bury him.
Maybe the most selling he's ever done.
Yeah. I tend to go back again and like every couple or every so often just go back and see what they're playing at Mikado. Here they're running like WrestleFest, which I thought the WrestleFest thing as a what they do with it is you can't really get like you add money into it and you get like life back. Does it not do that, or am I thinking of I might be thinking of Ring Rage as far as games that do that, or I know Tao Taito does that, which they were playing also on here the other night. I
haven't played much of WrestleFest, to be honest. But
it's got that Mean Gene. It's got Mean Gene. Let me tell you, Mean Gene Okerlund. I am the cream.
Are they doing that thing where like the sound isn't playing yet? Or...
Oh no, I'm not. I didn't. Just for pod reasons. Oh God, there he is. There he is. Horrifying individual.
Yeah.
But I figured just to go around the room again, who's everyone's favorite Hulk Hogan inspired fighting game character, and also in your mind, are they now also dead? What was the question I wanted to pose, because I was thinking about like muscle power in like World Heroes, and I'm like, I don't necessarily think of muscle power as being that guy.
No, not really.
because he ended up like in the sequel, they made him more like Lex Luger.
Yeah. And then a lot of people like Alex, and Alex has some, Alex and Hugo's whole thing is very Andre and Hogan centered, but
A good friend of mine, Lord Mo, said
oh
that
yeah, shout out to Mo.
in terms of moveset, Alex may be more Mike Awesome, who is way cooler than Hogan. to say the
Yeah,
least.
it's like him and like a Stan Hansen kind of deal, which I feel like, of course, Victor Ortega, someone is pointing out in chat, Victor Ortega from like, Ring of Destruction is very, close to that. What's funny? The first wrestler I ever like saw in life was Sergeant Slaughter.
That is kind of awesome. I think that's a really good first impression, if you ask me.
Just being on, just flipping channels and seeing like, I don't even remember if it was WWF or if it was like Smoky Mountain or some shit. Like,
I nominate Hawk from Best of Best. Who is
yeah, I mean, that's
yes,
literally,
absolutely, 10,000%. That is just they were barely trying. Like,
which is funny because he is also just muscle power traced over.
Yeah,
but
or the cover of like. You could put him on the cover of Sega's Wrestle War and you'd be like, oh, okay, got it. Like, that's what we're doing, huh?
As for his mortality status, he's still alive because I don't think he will ever die.
Yeah.
For what that's worth.
Muscle Power also cannot die. He is number one. He is fundamentally number one in his mind and in the world, and not even time-traveling ninja combat can change that, really.
I feel like that's all he knows how to say, so if he's not that, it'd be really awkward, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, not even yeah, that's the quote I was going to bring up. Not even a missile can mangle these muscles.
His first words, number one. But yeah, they were playing some of this. They were playing Tokon Retsuden 4, which I do not know much about, but it has Giant Baba in it.
I haven't really gotten into that series myself. There's a bunch of all Japan stuff that kind of flew past me. But
every time everybody talks about it, I'm like, God, there's so many wrestling games, actually.
Yeah, it's a lot like fighting games. Where like, you think you've seen them all, and then like you'll see like a Naomi title you've never heard of before.
Yep.
what I like they have going on here, because this is also Naomi, I'm pretty sure, like this is on Fightcade. They do the like Fighting Vipers thing where there's individual, limb. You get the limb damage thing from not just that, but also from, other games have experimented with that, like say, Tao Feng.
Yeah, God.
I played like a Baki the Grappler sort of game with limb damage.
Oh yeah,
I think it was on KSC at one point.
Yeah, I was about to say because that I still find it funny. That game I think is the reason AJ knows who Ricky Dozon is.
Amazing.
Like a really funny thing.
I think the fact that there was that character that took like 5 million damage to the head and kept fighting. I don't know how that happened. Like that thing, it wasn't even red. It was like blacked out. He kept getting hit in the head.
Blacked out?
Yeah, like it was
how?
Ricky Ozan had like nothing but mashed potatoes in his head.
Is that at that point? How is your head not just gone? Does the part of the figure like disappear? Like
the thing is, Ricky Dozon in every game he's in is like that.
Woof.
There's like nothing in there to damage. I get like, what is going on? Like,
there's to say how much reverence he has in his presence in video games. There's that one Square Enix wrestling game where his entrance was he comes down from the heavens.
Wow. What was the Square Enix one called? I'm actually blanking on that.
I completely forget because the name is so generic. But
yeah, if anyone in chat remembers, I'd be more than apt to knowing.
Okay, I found it. All Star Pro Wrestling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I could see why you might not remember that offhand.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, I've kind of already forgotten it, unfortunately.
Yeah,
that's like John Doe.
Yeah, John Doe, the fighting game.
Yeah, if you just look up Ricky Dozon entrance, it's like the first result.
Yeah.
But
Do you remember, was it the terrorist or was it one of the, oh, what was the duo that beat Laparca? And I'm trying to remember who it was. I think it was the terrorist where you found like this jab infinite just offhand and you were like, oh, right, that makes sense.
I think it was against Glacier.
Actually.
The tag team that killed Laparca was Ultimo Dragon and Jay Leno.
Wow.
There are two people that I would imagine doing that.
Jay Leno in the news as well. It's all coming full circle, folks.
Undefeated.
Yeah, we had the subject come up again on Blue Sky recently. The subject of combo length, rearing its head once again. And I don't know if anyone who was partaking in that discussion would be ready for a Jay Leno jab infinite. To
Jay Leno predating Burst feels pretty appropriate, honestly.
You heard about this Burst stuff?
Jay Leno, you had Burst is my favorite thing anyone has ever said, I think. Oh my god. That's the initiate super death blow that I really want. That's fantastic.
I mean, Guilty Gear has referenced weirder things.
Yeah.
Like, one of the most infamous characters is named after Frank Zappa, the guy who wrote the song Penis Dimension. So.
Yeah. R.I.P. Ozzy, by the way. We have to kind of give our flowers for the Master of Darkness. Slayer talking to his wife Sharon, like, Sharon, like, I need someone to do that. Still, I think that would be fantastic if anyone could make that happen.
Yeah, like my favorite like random like, hey, Guilty Gear just like did that. There's you mentioned Frank Zappa, that's a good pull, but I also like that like Chip's portrait in Missing Link is just Billy Idol. Like it's like straight up Billy Idol.
But like he's named after like a power pop band nobody really thinks about it anymore.
Yep.
They were a power pop band that looked like hair metal.
Yeah, it's close enough.
Yeah. Like wasn't the band Melia Rage only a thing for like a year or something? Like,
that was the name of a band. Of course.
So like,
I'm not even
like Daisuke just flexing his album knowledge for like, he's like, yeah, I was there. I had that.
Yeah, like it doesn't really occur to me that like even like Venom and Testament are pretty niche pulls considering.
Yeah.
Those are like if you're deep into the black metal circle. Like,
yeah, I don't even know if people really listen to. I mean, a lot of friends on the feed listen to Testament. That's the feed, though.
Oh yeah.
Big shout out to again I mentioned the Initiate Super Death Blow stuff. They have this wonderful lady at Mikado who kind of does these live breakdowns of her fixing the arcade boards, which is really cool. I would love to get into stuff like this. Like, this is the good shit.
Yeah, shout out to Leaf because I'm pretty sure she does this stuff as well.
Oh yeah, shout out to Leaf. Initiate Super Death Blow. There also was at one point before Twitter became the hell landscape. There was an account called Initiate Super Death Blow that would just go like list out super motions. Like it would, you'd have the pretzel input and it would have like visual examples of it. Then the next one it would be like, here's a Ranbu input, and then like examples of that. And like I missed that account. That's like one of the few accounts from like, someone should do that again.
Yeah, my favorites are when they would just start pulling up Mortal Kombat 2 fatalities.
Yeah, like they had fatals in there, and I was like, "What is? I get that counts, sure, yeah, why not?"
Just Thanos popping out and being like, "You have to hit left, right, hold down."
Yeah.
Mikado. The first thing I think of with Mikado is that they were sickos enough to hold a Blandia tournament.
Yeah, true.
Most of the finals were just throw loops.
It was throw loop and what's her face with the Illyria or whatever her name is, who has the unblockable slide. It was just those two. Like that was it. And and good on them, because that's really the kind of the state of that thing until further notice. The Blandia Mizumi wiki entry should be like, I don't know, man. Pick the unblockable slide lady, probably. Sure. Just
Mikado being like, "Give us Rise of the Robots, we will run a bracket, even though player one just loses."
I can guarantee if they ever get a prototype of that Rise of the Robots arcade version with the Brian May song and with the really horny supervisor voice in it, they probably would run that. That would be a thing they would do.
That build also has my favorite game over screen ever, where the gorilla robot just flips you off. And
it's so good. It's inspired, also, it's, yeah.
Also, were these the people that ran a tournament for Force 5?
Oh, yeah. I think they've done both that and Jingy Storm, actually. I'm like 99% sure.
The name Jingy Storm.
Oh, you know what?
Just like...
Okay, maybe they didn't do Jingy Storm. Maybe it was just Force 5. My bad. Yep, just Force 5. Kenju, though. Kenju's in there. Kenju's in the mix.
Jingy Storm's title's even better when you remember the subtitle is The Arcade.
Yeah.
Force 5 is so tragic because, like, it has such a cool cast. And then Jinky Storm is like, why don't we just reskin them to be way less cool and also add, like, a weird arrow element to it that doesn't really work in any way.
Yeah, to get into some of the news here, because I guess we gotta address some of this. Sony threw like $500 million at Bamco, which I guess they own that much stake in, your Bamco faves, your Cyber Connect games, your Tekkens. It wasn't quite $500 million. It was like $466 million or some shit. Which is too much.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, pourquoi?
Yeah,
it's it's the whole like, the subtitle here is focusing on expanding anime IP. Which does anime need $500,000 or $500 million?
Sony, I wasn't even aware Sony was even interested in anime.
Well, I mean, they apparently also did a similar investment in Kadokawa, which is the parent company of Elden Ring, developer FromSoft. That was last year. I don't think it was anywhere near that much money, though.
Yeah, this feels like fluff.
Yeah, like you're fluffing them for $500 million. Like, that's kind of insane. It also, because now that I think about it, they all they own Evo. They have a massive stake. They either own Crunchyroll or have or they bought Crunchyroll from AT&T for over $1 billion. So to them, Bamco is worth at least half of a Crunchyroll.
Jeez. I mean, I'm a person that, like, when I find out a movie, like, the budget is like $1 million, I'm like, that's too much.
Yeah, there's a certain number amount where, like, logic ceases to function to me, and it just becomes like a void. It's just like, this is too much. Like, it's
like, I will never see that kind of money in my life.
My life, but it's also like, what does it functionally do? Like, for those, for those devs, does it fix, does it give the fixes to Tekken the Tekken players want? Does it, are the Cyber Connect 2, are the people who play like Cyber Connect 2 fighting games, like, that Demon Slayer one, JoJo ASBR is probably not going to get the fixes it needs due to, $500 million. Like, I don't really see it.
This cash injection does not even seem to, like, be for the games at all. So it's like this, just. But why?
Yeah. Speaking of cash injections, let's talk about Street Fighter 6. to get it out of.
Sagat?
Well, in a sec, because I do want to address, like, the really annoying thing, and then we'll talk about the less annoying thing.
I know one annoying thing off the bat. Which
I
is,
have to find the ESPA thing. Okay, here it is. So
yeah.
boy.
So one thing I do want to know, and I want to give like the fans of that band the benefit of the doubt, because apparently like the K-pop fans who like the band aespa, they summarily kind of reject like the Naevis AI commentator. Which good? Fuck that.
Yeah, seriously.
Like, you have human beings in there that are doing commentary about the fighting game, and that's great. So why are you equating like James Chen, who we like because he hates Sabretooth so much? Why is that on par with, like, you know, we're discounting that position. We're deciding that that doesn't mean anything. So it's like, if they don't care, then why should we? I don't know. And it's like, this outfit is fine. But
It's
just
cute. I like it. I like the collab. I like the outfit.
yeah,
and then,
it does not need it does not need
out.
this AI commentator. It doesn't need the community art the community artwork content. They had to disqualify someone who was using fucking AI for some Kimberly piece that they found to be bunk. So like, I don't know.
Which is really funny, because Hungry Clicker noticed that the art was trained on their art.
Oh.
So out of spite, they redrew the art themselves.
Oh, hold on. Hold on. We gotta. My goat, my actual
See, that one,
goat.
I can't hold that one to Capcom as long as they actually went ahead and said, "Hey, that's not."
If they actually, you know, yeah, if they yanked it, then that's fine. And
Did
but
they?
it's well,
I hope they did.
I think they disqualified that entry.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, this is really good.
Yo, Hungry Clicker has not missed once.
Not at all. I wish they weren't on the Hell website, but I mean,
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of Japanese artists haven't really made this switch yet. But
I think a lot of them may not have someone to like sit them down and say, here's the thing, here's the problem with a place that's governed by LLMs and Gen AI, you know, slop factory stuff that is going to train itself on everything you put here. So like
Yeah.
it would be in your best interest. Like, you know, no one, a lot of people don't have like, because a lot of it is very like, you know, in its own little scenes. Like Comic Cat involves a lot of like little groups of artists that don't really talk to a lot of people.
yeah.
So yeah, it just, maybe it needs to be, you know, a bigger concerted effort to kind of pull artists away from that shithole.
Yeah, I also am unsure, like, of like, because I know there's non-English speaking people on Blue Sky, but I don't know how big the community is compared to us, you know.
Yeah, and you know, and on, you know, my thing with Capcom is, it's like, we'll have these missteps, and then they'll do a cool thing, like have Kenny Omega cosplay, you know, that whole cast of the incoming pass, and that'll be a neat thing. And then they'll be like, somewhere in the middle is like, hey, we got swimsuits. Come get your swimsuits.
Yeah, I mean, you know, a good example of that is they made Marisa and then made her bottom 3. So
I have had many a conversation with people where I'm like, I would love to play a Marissa that works. And
yeah, like,
I watch you know, I watch a lot of femship content, and I'm like, I wish that femship could succeed and thrive with this cool punchy tomato woman, but it feels like she's fighting the engine more than the person sometimes.
she's too old-fashioned.
And it's not just, you know, modern Control, because like you go and watch Itabashi play the same character in, you know, in classic, and he's having the same issues. Like, people just pull up on him and do whatever, and he's like, I can't do this. He got to legend, good on him, but like, fuck.
They essentially They essentially just made Q but hotter. Is what
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's I don't know. A lot of it is lost to me. I wish it were more than just like lottery tickets to me. Like that's what like battle pass stuff feels like to me in some ways. Sometimes.
I will also say, as a character customization freak, the avatar stuff would be a lot more fun if it wasn't just locked to one.
Yeah,
slot.
I even have that problem with VF Revo. I'm like, y'all should be at least as good as the previous VF5 was for customization, if not like let me get as granular with it as a Def Jam. If you're gonna charge people the shit you charge people for this stuff, like if everything's gonna be $80 to $100, not even lifetime for the game because you're still not counting seasons, like let people get really in depth. Let me change earrings.
Yeah, there's also like Fight of Steel figured it out years before.
It sure did.
Because like you could pick your skin and like made moveset like on the character select screen.
Yeah, no, that
You
that
had
game is
slots for
brilliant.
that.
It truly
Yeah.
is like that was the follow up to One Must Fall 2097 that I really wanted, and a lot of people kind of just didn't take to it the way they took to Fight of Gods or Fight of Animals, because they were like, well, I just want it to be the funny game where you do the funny TOD and with the rollback and then it's funny. And they weren't expecting it to get like more sim ish. It's like a sim experience.
Fight of Steel basically reinvented the wheel and nobody noticed.
Yeah, truly. What do you say we watch some trailers that I haven't actually looked at?
So, does this include the fellow?
Well,
One that I
let's
mentioned?
let's get to let's do him first. There's some other ones for games that I don't really plan on playing.
I don't plan on playing this either, but I was very impressed with this trailer.
The thing that people kept like pointing out before I had even seen it was like, oh, they gave him like a clinch, and I kept thinking, oh, it's just a move. Like he just will have a thing where he'll do whatever target combo people keep referencing, or whatever like version of Jinrai that they gave him, and he'll just grab you. But it's not that. It's like a thing where you spend meter to grab them in like a Muay Thai clinch and knee them and then launch them off that, which is like the games where they do that, and it's not a meter thing and it's just a thing you do in a Muay Thai thing is like, that's like MK11 Jackie has that. I think of like Brad Burns.
I just remember being like really taken. Like they made this character like look so much better, I think, than he has normally. They just
better than 5.
a lot of effort. But it feels like they put a lot of effort into like giving him stuff.
Yeah.
I will also say I was talking to a friend and we kind of concluded, man, he finally started doing actual Muay Thai stuff and only took him 35 years. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like I'm not here. So okay, let's to back up a little bit. One of the things that I had kind of a long discussion with a friend about is there's only one speed he has now to throwing low tiger shots, and I was like, this feels very specifically anti-Sagat players of a certain stripe. Like we're just like, nah, you don't get to zone, you have to kind of go in, but it's like, that feels silly to be like, nah, he has to be rushed down Sagat now. Like that's a strange thing. And I mean, granted, a lot of this game has been like, how do you use the dynamics of your drive bar, but like even that doesn't really apply across the board because JP exists, and like
Well,
yeah, JP, I think I forget who described him as basically the secret Mortal Kombat character. In this game.
the NRS zoner. So it's like, okay, well, just I don't know. I don't want to be down on him. I'm also like probably not going to play as him. So I mean, that's just me being
it's
a
definitely
boomer.
unique because it's coming to grips with the fact that because they did try to make him just like the Fireball zoner in Street Fighter V, and I think like even by the end of the game, he just wasn't leaving an impact because like it just didn't work in the engine. So I do think this is them kind of reckoning with that a bit.
Well, they also from the jump in that game. What were we gonna say? Sorry.
My ultimate conclusion of Sagat is I always liked him as a design, but his play style just always bored me.
Yeah, like in that, because to that one's credit, we did off mic and on Blue Sky a little bit. We were talking about the ways that 5 didn't work, and we came to the conclusion at some point we're gonna have to do a broader, think and talk about 5. So, but
one day. I get to talk about how Zeku is like the greatest thing they ever did. He's never coming back, and I'm sad.
Never
that
ever.
Character was so fucking cool. He was so cool. That character made me play that game.
You got the what I call Lin syndrome.
Yeah.
Where Lin is my main in KOF, and he's in like 2 games.
Yeah, no, Zeku was like I saw that, and I was like, holy fuck, they're never gonna cook this hard again. They don't even know how hard they did it. Like, I don't think they will comprehend how cool this is, to me specifically at least, for like 10 years, and by then I'm gonna be like, I don't know if I'm even like gonna play a 340.
Yeah, like you look at the launch, like the launch stuff for 5, and you skip a few years and you look at Seth, like Fem Seth and Zeku, and you're like, what happened here? Like, why didn't you?
The game got so much better.
Why didn't you start with this? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, it's like the minute Ono left, which there was a post Ono made that explained everything that I bring up all the time. There was a shot where he was showing that he had the Capcom offices playing the SNES game Battle Blaze, and I was like, this explains so much.
Oh my god.
God. He saw how utterly lifeless that game was. He's like, I see inspiration in this.
There's like 2 things that I enjoy about that game, and they're both kind of just cribbed from like survival arts.
I like Gustav and the fact that he dabs when he gets to the screen.
I like that the main character has Viper's little yo, like that's.
Oh yeah, he does.
That's just a thing they can do, and I can appreciate that. But yeah, I don't know. It's just I don't want to be dismissive of 6 or people who are super into 6. I'm obviously going to be watching it in a week because Evo is in a week. I think a lot of stuff in the orbit of 6 like makes me and I'm glad that I'm pretty happy with a lot of the collection stuff that Capcom was like, okay, let's go back and make these collections good. I'm glad that those old games aren't dead. I'm glad I can hop on Vicade and get games and stuff I actually like. I say actually like, it's not like I don't enjoy some facets of 6, but I'm like, this cannot be the end all be all game to me. It's so.
Yeah, Street Fighter 6 is a game where like, just based on a lot of the things going on with it, inside of it and outside of it, community and all this other stuff. And it's not really like any specific person's fault. It's just like a number of circumstances, right?
I'll give you the biggest one. The problem is capitalism, and I'll tell you why. I saw this today. Have you seen these WWE, again, speaking of Hogan, have you seen these WWE Street Fighter figures?
I heard of them. I haven't seen them.
Have you seen Ultimate Warrior Blanca?
God, that's such an insult to Blanca.
John Cena, Guile, fucking Rey Mysterio, Ryu Mysterio, I guess.
What?
He looks like great Sasuke now.
Yeah. And also The Rock, The Rock Bison, I guess.
So, John Cena Guile is like, somebody brought that up while thinking about it, and then they just, spun a wheel for the rest of them.
It makes so little, because even in the thing, they're like, oh, who do you want to see as the thing? And it's like, okay, well, let's back up a bit.
I mean, Bison's been getting a weird casting line anyway. Like now, in the movies, played by that one dude that looks like Robbie Radcliffe from Wayne City.
Yeah, in one sense, KOF kind of already got here because they had that mobile game where you could have John Cena interact with Shingo, and maybe someone went, oh well, we could do that. We're Street Fighter. We're popular. And yeah, trash mode is right. It's this like cultural MCUifying thing of just everything has to be everything because of an MCU and a Fortnite. So clearly this maps 1-to-1 on top of each other, right? Well, and it's like, no. I don't know that they have anyone telling them, no, it doesn't. You don't need to do that. You kind of got it right already. Like, we don't need Jason Momoa Blanca.
Yeah, that's.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
I know for a fact because like people are like, "Oh, that Street Fighter movie is gonna be so bad." I'm like,
Oh
"No,
my
it's gonna
god.
be even worse. It's gonna be extremely boring."
The part, yeah,
for a fact it is.
the part of my brain where I'm like, I think I want to know how hard that train derails off the mountain and off the cliff when it's filled with cocaine. Like the way that the disaster that it could be in my brain doesn't match up maybe with the reality of how movies are made now. Cause like I saw Superman and it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I think that, like you said earlier, the worst thing it could be is boring. And I feel like if you're pulling in Momoa and these really like not even safe picks, like it's just like I think this is not a criticism of anyone who has played Chun before. I think the thing about Ming Na Wen is cool because she got there first and was very like into it. But when we think about Chun Li, it's like no one looks like that.
Yeah.
Andrew Schultz, who fucking sucks, by the way, being Dan Hibiki is like
a
doubly
Japanese
bad.
character. I just
Yeah.
want to point out.
You're pulling in a weird right-wing doofus, and you're gonna presumably put him as in a pink gi, and someone's gonna punch him in the face once, and that's gonna be it. That's gonna be the scene, and he gets 6 figures off of that or some shit. But it's like, why did we need to do that? Like, is that Street Fighter? Like,
I guess it is now.
I don't
To talk
know.
about, like, Street Fighter 6, I don't feel that way about like the way the game is actually made.
Right.
I think like, the way the game is made is interesting. I can't play it. I don't like it much because, like, fundamentally speaking, it just feels confusing and alien to me as somebody who's played fighting games for so long. Just the structure of the game doesn't.
Yeah. The way I put it when I was talking to a friend about Sagat is that it feels like you're making Sagat play by these rules rather than having Sagat do interesting things with them or skirting them in interesting ways. Like that's kind of what I meant earlier.
Yeah, Street Fighter 6 is a very like systems dictated game.
Yeah.
Which is unique for Street Fighter. I don't think I like it much, but I'm glad they did try that. But the things that I don't like in its orbit are like, the monetization in the game has been terrible since it came out.
Oh, since the beginning, yes.
The money that they have taken for their large tournaments. I feel like we probably talked about this before. If we haven't, well, esports
good a time as any. I mean, I was gonna say, that passed, and they're putting Ken in that game I don't want to talk about, and like. I don't mind. I don't have any smoke for like Goichi winning that money, but I have smoke for people who prioritize money as being the end all be all of it. Because I don't think that's it. Like, as a side note, this is kind of not really late breaking, but I don't really ride for Udon like that because someone in that kind of weird, like Manosphere pocket is it Lil Formars, Matt Moylan? That guy sucks. The artists around Udon are still pretty like, they seem pretty cool and into what they do, and they're doing there's this new cover for Marvel vs. Capcom, a coffee table hardcover art book, and it's got Spiral on it, so I just wanted to take a second to appreciate that.
Yeah, it's got Spiral, Marrow, Ruby Heart.
Yeah, like you don't get Ruby Heart art a lot in our current like thing. You get shit like Ultimate Warrior, Blanca, and Rey Mysterio. So I just wanted to, and I guess they're putting in a lot of this like these pins, a lot of the concept art, some of this is original art from artists who've done stuff for those collections. I think that left one is like an MVCI thing. Oh, that's a GameStop promo comic. I would never have thought to look for something like that. But yeah, to kind of come back to 6, not too much. I think the things in it where I like when characters are able to kind of go outside of the engine a little bit. And they seem very scared to do that. Like,
yeah, it's.
But you know, speaking of, I think that Street Fighter movie will have a lot of convincing people to do as far as like goodwill. But as far as movies that have convinced me, we should talk about that Mortal Kombat for a sec.
Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea. I don't keep up with MK news, so.
This will be brief just because I want to point out something about the Johnny Cage vignette that they
Also-
came out with.
Also, there seems to be, I can tell this is sort of a reboot already, but
Yeah, they
Cage, god damn it.
Art to Cage is really fun. Like it's all reading is very like. Over on the Fraud Crew side of things, when we were doing like fist fight in a movie, we would watch a lot of like Don the Dragon Wilson kind of stuff. There's a there's a movie he did called Virtual Combat. And there's a scene in it where he shoots a helicopter with a gun, and it has the funniest explosion I've ever seen. It is like the most last minute effect thing, and they clearly kind of like someone knew ball when they made this, because the rocket that he like does the splits over that blows up that helicopter, it's like shot the exact same way. I could be full of shit, but like if anybody knows that movie and knows ball, like shout out to you. I just wanted to point that out.
I got some catching up to do for the sound of it.
I had no idea they were making a Johnny Cage movie. I'm actually really surprised they hadn't done that.
They made an animated one where like
they did, yeah.
Yeah, Cage looked more like a JoJo's character in that one.
Yeah, it's the very that one was like the Joel McHale vehicle, and I mean Joel McHale is like, you know, he's no slouch, but he's also not Carl Urban. Like Carl Urban really is that guy. Like
He did make Ostro look like that one Duran Duran cover though.
that's true.
So okay, real quick, is this like a sequel to a movie? It's called Mortal Kombat 2.
It
this
is.
like
Well, okay, so the last one that came out, like, was it 3 years ago? I'm losing my mind. I'm losing track
There was
of
a Mortal
all
Kombat movie?
events.
Did I forget?
I think you did what a lot of us did during the pandemic, where you just sort of scooped out a lot of content and media that came out around that time, and like for your own benefit, because a lot of that movie was nothing. The first 15 minutes of the first one are amazing. Like the whole sequence in the Hasashi village is great. You know, all of the like Sub-Zero Scorpion specific stuff is great, but then you meet Cole and everyone's like, oh god, this whole Arcana thing fucking sucks, actually.
Yeah, because their superpowers are like stands now.
Yeah,
so,
like you
really lame ones.
don't need that, and you don't need a thing that's inspired by a fighting game to be ashamed of the fighting game. Like
Exactly.
that was kind of the problem. It was really funny in parts though. That I still think about fucking what the fuck wrong Kano?
Yeah, he's got a polarizing. I saw somebody call him MCU Kano, which is not too inaccurate.
I don't know.
but-
I like that Kano. He's okay. He's not like he's not as bad as the one from the animated like one in the same like style as that Johnny Cage one, where it's like a weird future it's like an alternate path where he's like Lord Kano and he keeps saying no one defeats Kano. Like that Kano's worse. There've been worse depictions.
Did Scorpion just use the harpoon to get over there? That's
Oh yeah,
crazy.
he can web swing now. Yeah, that's his deal.
Here's the thing though about Kano in the other movie, he died.
He does straight up die. Yeah, like that's.
Yeah, and he's in this movie. Like
Yeah.
Why is Shao Kahn so short?
He's a short king. He's a.
That's
Yeah, the actor for him in the original games, he wasn't like my height, but he was like 5'9" or something.
Yeah.
So he's always been kind of like he's not that tall.
They should make him really. They should make him get like progressively shorter and shorter to make the weapon get larger. I have no agenda in this. Mind you.
You're saying like non-outworld gravity, like he actually yanks him down. I like that. I like that a lot.
No, this looks pretty cool. I hope this is better than the last time they made a sequel to a Mortal Kombat film.
Hey, hold on a minute. Let me tell you something about Mortal Kombat Annihilation, okay?
That movie,
Mortal Kombat Annihilation has the greatest scene ever committed to celluloid, which is a scene where Cyrax does a cool backflip. You've seen this backflip, right?
Of course. Well, I used to watch this movie when I was young.
I don't need the whole thing. I just need the backflip scene. Give me that backflip. Where is it at? Because he's like, I'll take homeboy, and then oh, there's someone who just has a video of every time someone does a flip.
We're watching that.
Yeah.
This
It's
is
notable.
This is the content I crave, actually. Is anytime anyone does a cool flip and they set it to techno, that's how you make the movie good. The problem with the first one, there was a distinct lack of flips that and or somersaults. Look at these flips.
I did look at the soundtrack for the first movie like last night, and there are some insane names on there.
Oh yeah, some of those picks are outlandish.
Like Napalm Death is on it.
Napalm Death and Tracy Lords on the same soundtrack. Like you are
Also,
cooking.
Negative.
Holy shit, the ice clone's in this movie. I forgot about that.
He punches through
it. Is on it. Like,
I think Murdo Inc., a friend in the channel recently, was like, "Why did Scorpion teleport like that? He like melts into the floor." Wee.
Oh yeah, I forgot that. That throw is coming back to me.
For audio listeners, we're watching some of the greatest jumps of the Mortal Kombat Annihilation. People call this movie like a work print. I still don't see it. Like they were very intentional with these flips. Look at all like the 3 Noob Saibot clones that raided from the Warriors fights in this basement.
Yeah, the one where he just kind of like he cuts his hair and he looks like Sting now.
Yeah, it's Sting. Stingden. I don't.
Yeah, the flips are kind of accurate actually, because what do you do in most of those games? You like jump backwards and forwards. So.
It's so much of it is flipping and dipping, like except the 3D era. Although, Annihilation brought some of that back.
This movie had Ermac in it.
It sure did.
Yeah,
that's wow.
I did always like the pattern that they gave his vest.
That was a really good flip. There was supposed to be a whole sequence. I guess that counts as a flip. That was kind of an odd pull.
Also, people clown on Brian Thompson as Shao Kahn. I think it's perfect.
He's amazing as him. He's great in Star Trek, where he pops up in DS9 for a bit. He's great in Cobra, where he's that villain that's like, "Oh, I want your eyes, pig."
Cobra, like his monologue at the end sticks in my mind, where he's just like, he just keeps calling Sylvester Stallone's character a pig.
Yeah,
he's
I want
like,
your eyes, pig. Pig. He's so good. They should just put him in one as DLC, or just whatever they do next. Presuming they'll announce something at Evo. I mean, I'm sure it'll be. There was some report that was like, "Oh, James Gunn is hanging out with NRS now," and that like one of the NRS guys is like co-chair of the company at this point. Which, I mean, I have no love in my heart for CEOs or people in power, but I mean, if that guy does away with Zaslav and some of the shitty decisions that Zaslav has made, I'm kind of okay with that.
They're gonna add Stu Howell's DLC finally.
Finally, someone
Oh my
had to.
God.
Because like, to me, that's not even like a far-fetched thing. Because they're like, no, we'll never bring him back. But he's all over 11.
Yeah.
Like, he's a cameo. He's like a sidekick. He shows up like 3 endings. I'm like, guys, at this point, just bring it. Just
Yeah.
add him as a playable
Just
character.
do what you, yeah,
Oh.
do what you do. I don't know anything about this guy. But people assumed that this game was an NRS thing when it first came up. I
don't.
I have no, yeah, like I'm out of my wheelhouse with most like Robert Kirkman incredible things. I think if I have any like first thought about this guy, it's just that it's the anime, like there's not a lot of keyframing in
Yeah, it looks like really claymation almost. It's odd.
yeah.
You know, I will say I have a friend who is working on this game. God bless him. In the Guilty Gear scene, he got to announce it finally.
That's cool.
I was like, damn, that's pretty sick. Yeah, I don't know either about the innovations here though. I'm sure this is still kind of early. I don't want to say too much.
Yeah,
but I
like
do
it's
agree-
hard to be super critical of it when it, you know, like this just came out the other day.
For sure, but I definitely get the impression you're talking about. Where it looks like it's like missing some weight to it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm also seeing a lot of Killer Instinct in the way this moves.
Oh yeah, same
Oh, yeah.
a lot of the same dev team
yeah,
behind
that
this.
explains it.
Which, you know, I mean, good on them for now what I will say is I do think that maybe carries a little more weight than the super move that everyone got mad at.
this doesn't carry anything.
Let's talk about this super move for a second, because I want to, you know what, I'm actually going to play this in slowed down.
You want me to look at
I'm gonna put this at like half speed just because I want to discuss like why this super move seems bad to people.
And what was this game again?
This is 2XKO. This is V. V is a character from League of Legends. I don't play it. She is in Arcane, a Netflix show that people like. By, you know, Riot, a company that a lot of people with very good reason do not like. The reason I think people like try to reclaim her and a lot of like, you know, the stuff around her is because she is kind of a legitimately cool like queer coded character, although the extent to which they explore that maybe leaves some room to be desired, because I have seen a bunch of, you know, Toxic Yuri stuff that's way better about that. But so here's this super move that people you'll notice right off the bat. What is the what's the problem here?
So look up the opening to Punch Out Wii for me.
You know what? Sure. Let's do.
I want you to look at what Little Mac is doing in that opening, and I'm going to tell you that is the super.
I don't remember much about that opening. I'm gonna be honest.
All right, you ready? Do they even have it?
That's a great question.
Maybe it's in like the full game playthrough. Maybe the first like 10 seconds of that video will have the.
There's no way.
There it is.
Okay. So
this is what this super looks like to me.
So where Little Mac is just in an empty room. With a flat like, okay, and then he hits the camera.
There you go. That's your super.
It's he just swings a bunch. For audio listeners, he is in he's a dimension of brown. There's nothing around him. He's just swinging at air, and then you cut back to V, who is similarly swinging at stuff that we cannot see. Although there is you know what, in their defense of this super move, when the startup happens, she does punch their model to knock them into it. The problem starts here, I think, is where, much like the punch out thing, she then goes to hit nothing. Like there's no visible target. She flings a model that is like shaded in a weird way. This just looks like that meme.
Oh god, yeah. I think Abakio does that in JoJo All-Star Battle as well.
Yeah,
funnily enough.
so does Yashiro in Kill at 15.
Oh yeah.
Like why? Okay. I have done QA on several indie fighting games. I try not to be hypercritical of. I know the process is difficult. There's I could not tell you how to use Blender or a lot of proprietary graphics tools. I think that maybe having, if you had a game with a bunch of models in it and it was a lot of work to get the rigging and lighting correct for the effect you were going for, I can see the inherent difficulties in that. The problem is, again, she just punches the side of the screen. Yeah, and it vibrates weird, and then like whatever happened is they're just gone. It's not like you know what else is a funny comparable thing to this is the One Punch Man fighting game. Like they have, Saitama do that. That's a very similar shot where he punches them through a mountain, and it's very much like not this. Like it's effective. It communicates what it's trying to do visually, and here's just not that. I don't know. I think it's exacerbated by how long it took them to show anything like this.
Yeah, no, this game, and here's the thing too, right? This game has so much riding on it that they themselves have put on it based on both their statements and like the expectation from that development studio. So the more that comes out about it, the more that people go, oh man, that beta was a little rough. Oh, this super looks really rough. It's like, oh, I'm starting to get the impression that maybe they are both not giving the people working on this game like the space to do what they need to.
No.
And that people are coming to grips with the fact that this actually might not be as successful as a lot of people thought it would.
Yeah, the banking on it saving the space, and if not doing that, just being accessible because it's free and it's, you should just get into it and overlook that they're putting that same kind of kernel level Valorant thing that they put on everyone's PC. Just do that for the vibe. Whom care?
It took so long for them to get this out there, and then people had enough time to speculate that it will be like groundbreaking. And really, I noticed this downward slope start with the goddamn name of it.
Yeah.
2XKO. Everybody was like, "What is this?" People thought Project L was a cooler name.
I'm not sure why. Yeah, like that name. The naming convention is also not great. I'm having like a heck of a time trying to find this next topic, although I know it's on here. Give me just a second.
I will say regarding the name, it's a lot more Googleable than Versus.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, true.
Which, I mean, that's not a huge problem for me because I'd rather play Fighters Impact anyway, but...
Well, I mean, if you're a big fan of the game Fist, good luck. Not only would you get just a hand, sometimes you'll get something even more interesting trying to find a combo in that game.
A lot more interesting than the game itself, I bet.
Yeah, I'll say.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so yeah, Marvel Tokon, they showed the character select. There's 6 characters. I guess this will be a playable thing at Evo. I'm not going because it's too damn expensive. I know one person who's making the mecha journey. So, but
this is a really funny way to have like a demo for a 3v3 game.
No, it's so like 6 people 4v4, and one thing I saw was like the speculation about how many characters you can fit on here.
Well, yeah, obviously there's a lot of room, but I don't know how much of it they're actually going to use.
Yeah, it's such a weird pull to be like, oh well, obviously this means that if you change the row to a 5 by 5x10, then obviously they're dealing with 50
You know, it kind of sucks
characters.
because like this game looks pretty good. This game probably will sound really good, but I almost wonder, because it is a 4v4 game, the fact that like the budget is what it is and like they have to like add character, like how much are they really going to be able to have at launch, and how will it feel in like that environment, right?
That's an interesting point. Yeah, like because
it's really going to strain, because like you need a lot of characters in a game like this, because like it's the KOF principle, right? They have like this huge roster, and then you pick 3 of them. You're not meant to just focus on one specific character.
It dithers further down if you have like roles that everyone has to play. Like your shooter is there to shoot some shit. Like they're here to fill the screen with a projectile that either lets you get in or create space in some way. Your assault guy is probably like doing like a like a Tron projectile assist in Marvel 2, where it's an attack that sits out for a minute and then it lets you go in, or like, these roles that someone has to play, that, to your point, it's like, do you have enough variety in that where it's like everyone can do that potentially, or is it just, is that the appeal in it, in just getting to see, like optimizing who does what, or as opposed to just, like everyone can do every role, or do some people specialize? Like, I guess that's my point. I think it looks fine. I need to see a match. I told Idolizm J, I think that this thing could have a lot going for it. It's just, we need to see, like, does it end up being, I hate to bring this up, people have a lot of thoughts either way on the pacing of a DBFZ, where it's like that game can take forever. It can be brutal as hell, and it's never not entertaining. It's just that game takes a long time. If you're like doing like really long sets, or Strive, where people were I already, like, a lot of the complaints I saw like off the gate was like, oh, it's gonna have Strive wall break. Oh, everything's gonna be, you just reset the minute you hit the wall. Oh, it's not, gonna let you have a lot of freedom of expression and combo length. And me and UT were gonna get into the combo length discussion again. But it just, it's a lot of questions that I'm sure we'll have answers to next week immediately. But
Yep.
But now it's kind of an interesting time to be like, hey, what do you think would be cool to be in it? And my answer is X-Men. I want X-Men in this thing. They will not be putting Spiral in it. There's no shot. Like, there's no way.
I have one request. I want them to seat James Chen in the front row, and I want them to reveal Sabretooth for this game. That is what I want. That is all I want. And
can you imagine? Can you imagine 30 years later, this grown man?
I want him to come to bear with that again, and I want Sabretooth to do that exact jumping kick. Like that stupid ass like stomp. I want him to see that and
just chain it like 3 times, and they're like, oh, I gotta leave, I gotta go, like I can't believe you did this to me.
Affectionate crash out in front row would do it.
Sorry. I have one request, and they're definitely not gonna do it. But I was in another server talking about, like, because somebody brought up Mace the Dark Age. I thought of Ned the Janitor, and I'm like, we don't really get characters like that anymore, like kind of the mysterious like skin characters like Tiger Jackson and stuff.
Yeah.
And I would love it if they add Blackheart to this, but they also just like added that weird Mephisto palette swap as a character also.
Yeah, just and to that point, get weird with it. Like, you could have a J. Jonah Jameson yelling at people about how much he wants pictures of Spider-Man. Like, you could do weird shit like that. Yeah.
My actual request, I want to see the Silver Surfer.
Oh, that feels very likely.
Arxis Silver Surfer would be very interesting.
That would go hard in a more anime adjacent kind of design. Yeah.
I feel like they'd give him like a trench coat that's also silver or something.
I
Yeah.
need him to say the word easy, not like in any specific context, but that way I can cut it out of that and like just keep it on a soundboard. If you
True.
know, you know.
Well, you're gonna
Oh,
be
boy.
you're gonna be playing this on your fancy Switch too.
Yeah, I'm sure gonna get the Switch port of a fighting game.
Are you
I'd say-
not? Do you think it'll not be like great or
I just don't tend to play like fighting games and anything but PC just because I'm such a diva when it comes to input lag.
understandable?
I'm really bad about that. I'm like, oh, I'm such a stinky whiner. So I'm like, I should just play it on PC. It's a controlled environment.
But then it's like, are the games that were on that thing, like, do they not encounter like? I'm sure like Pokken is probably fine on that, right? Like, cause is
Oh,
there
yeah.
like a backwards compatibility? Like,
Yeah.
I've not gone to look to see if people are
It all
playing.
works perfectly fine, and the input lag is either the same or better from what I've known.
Okay.
But it's just like PC just feels like the platform for this kind of stuff.
I want
If-
Arms to get another shot on Switch 2.
Oh, yeah.
Is what I'm saying. Like,
Oh god,
Yeah.
why not, right?
Because I never played it, but I always felt like it was so strange how it got like such a big following, but it doesn't seem like it got much support at all.
yeah. And it had some cool ass characters. Like Twintail was sick. It fucking give people Twintail in 4K. What are you waiting on? What are we doing?
That alone would bring up sales.
Yeah, that move units. Hire me, you fools. Anyway, since that'll be playable at Evo, I guess we got to talk about the thing at Evo that we actually care about. Let me pull up that article about the Evo indie game devs, some of whom we know personally.
Maybe.
I don't think they did a indie centric thing at EVO for a couple years. Part of it was offloaded onto Vortex Gallery. Shout out to Vortex for kind of taking the brunt on that thing. 956 Production is also still doing Vortex, which I'm in line to do some commentary for some stuff, but I want to talk a little bit about this because like I said, we know some of these people and we've known their work for a while. So this article goes into a little bit of this, but I mean, I hope footage comes out of people trying this stuff. I think I showed a trailer of Combo Devils on here like once, but that's been out for a little bit. In fact, let's...
I could use a refresher because I don't know if I've seen this before.
It's very much like this was like a year ago as far as like this being revealed. It's very much in that like sort of Rivals kind of pocket, although one of the appeals to this is like they're giving out like they're collaborating with like VR chat, and you can watch the games in VR chat, and there's also a lot of like single player stuff that they do where it's like you fight like a boss mutually, like kind of like not really a dramatic battle style, but trying to find a good 1 second. But yeah, it's a lot like Rivals, but you're doing a lot of this charge stuff, and Punkzilla is much like I'm blanking on his name. Is it Dan?
Fornus?
Yeah, is it Fornus or Fornaci? I always get this wrong.
I'm not sure.
I'm
Okay.
pretty sure. I'm not positive. I also saw Upward on G6S and got really scared.
Yeah. But there's
some.
some parrying. There's there's some enough of a mechanical difference and a difference in the flow to it to set it apart from Rivals that I think makes it interesting.
I will say that that character in the tracksuit was doing some fish bungeon stuff from Slap City.
Oh, yeah, I love Slap City so much.
There are VODs of me commentating it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Shout out to that Ruby character I kept pissing people off with in that game.
Yeah.
That character is evil.
Yeah, there's some roguelite stuff. There's, for audio listeners, there are a bunch of characters fighting a boss all together, Smash style. You get these kind of like pickups. It's all got rollback.
It's got clashes too.
Yeah, it's got like Guilty Gear style clashing, which I don't see much in other games in the platform kind of style. There was one of these that let you call assist that I'm blanking on.
Framemakers, right?
Framemakers, yeah. Framemakers seemed cool, but I have not seen much of it.
Neither have I. They did a beta and it seemed pretty fun, and that was the last I remember like seeing any footage or any impressions of it on. But I believe they are still working on it. They were the original folks that worked on the Super Smash Flash 2.
Yeah.
And then they moved on to a commercial game, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, they got supers in here also.
Colexo has the most experience with frame makers, and he kind of noticed the workshop, which we have like once for Rivals of Aethers and Smack Studio. Smack Studio needs more eyes on it, by the way.
Oh yeah. That's another one.
Game, like that game, not only can you make your own characters, but it has an in-game sprite editor that you can make.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you can animate them via like Fire Pro style with like limbs and stuff like that, and also it lets you export sprite sheets. It's insane.
Yeah, that's the thing that keeps people still playing Rivals 1 is Workshop. I find is either Workshop or they just really like the look of that thing. And yeah, if you can do that in more games, like why wouldn't you? Speaking of pixel stuff that looks cool, Dojo Masters is gonna be there. I wonder if they'll that's been out for a bit. I wonder if they'll announce anything else with that. Frostfire, which you know what? Let me pull up Frostfire because I don't think
Let me see. I've never heard of this.
Frostfire is very Guilty Gear coded, but I don't want to just that's kind of reductive. It's
I think I've seen this very briefly at one point. It's an old trailer, but I mean, I imagine.
Yeah, this is an old trailer. This is like 3 years old.
They have, right?
It's had some more characters, and it's definitely got a look to it that's very like Studio Trigger inspired.
Good intro. Oh, okay. I'm seeing how the stages look now.
Yeah, they do a lot with. I like the thing in the back says, "Is that a fucking car?" I don't know if it is the title of the movie. Is just holy shit, is that a fucking car?
That's great. This lady rules also.
Oh, I love that like every one of these games has their own unique take on like John Punchman, and that's usually the main character.
Yeah, I mean, as I discussed a couple weeks ago, some of the best characters around are just people that punch really hard.
Yeah,
like this guy, I kind of get like the Gil thing going on. 'Cause I wonder if he's got that feature where depending on what like direction you're facing, you use the different arm.
Oh yeah,
because he's got like the fire and the ice, or if it's like different buttons to get it. I would have to play it. I'm assuming they will have something playable at Evo.
Yeah, the only other character that I know of that did that was Gabby from Battle Craze, and knowing Colexo, that was probably inspired by Two-Face from the Batman game.
Yeah.
Well, Side S is probably my favorite take on that, where we joked, wouldn't it be funny if you just changed characters based on your facing, and then they did that?
Yeah, they have a build on their Patreon, but I'm sure they'll have a newer one at the show.
Yeah, it'll probably be.
Hyperfight 2 is on. I think that's on Steam as far as like being able to wishlist it, but I don't think they've shown the game that much at this point.
Now, this one I actually did play a Combo Breaker at the Indie Corner.
Oh, please.
How was it?
It was pretty cool. It's very fast paced. It's got ring outs, which is really interesting for a 2D game.
Huh. So Shoto Goto is just booting people out of the ring. Is
pretty much it.
Okay, some of this. Shoto Goto the polls.
Yeah, these were the two characters in the build we played.
Yo, wouldn't it be cool if the ninja had a sword? Oh,
Yeah.
I like when someone kick. I mean, you brought up Zeku earlier. I like when someone kicks like a Strider-ish cipher
yeah.
energy wave at you. Like I there's something really to that where your kicks are so sharp that they are, you know,
they're cutting the air,
they
yeah.
may as well be a blade. Like that's cool as hell to me.
Yeah.
That one
That's
is
pretty
on
cool.
Steam. I believe
It is slated
there's
for
a
this
demo.
year.
Plan release this year. Okay, there's no demo. Not yet. I'm sure they'll have more to say at the show. Mega Knockdown. We're pretty familiar with the Mega Knockdown crew. For those who don't know, that game is very much a turn-based fighter where it's also in Mizumi.
Yeah.
There's a turn-based fighting game, so no real need for like fancy netcode, even though they do have some good netcode. There's oh no, go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't know you were going.
Mega Knockdown.
Continuing. This is actually one of my favorite characters because not only are they cornering the market for buff Bishonens, but I'm pretty sure the genesis of the whole character going by the name was that one video of the cat like making noises and it sounds like he's going, "My name is Big Billy." One of the art directors talked to me about basically the rough sketch of that character was Zangief with Miku's head. That's how
that owns.
Incredible.
That is one of the best things that rules. I also really appreciate like a lot of times when a game is like giving you a cue of the status, like, oh, when a game is like as a pop-up that says, oh, this is a cross-up, this is a punish, this is etc. I just like that this one says grabbed. You've been grabbed. Like, in case you're unaware. Like that maybe has more, you know, impacted meaning to me than telling me if I had to block something a certain way. Because like, you can figure that out in post. Like,
yeah, because since this is turn-based, it would kind of be necessary to let you know. It's
exactly.
Like, hey, you're in the state right now.
Yeah.
I have always said that. Could you imagine if they just put the Fantasy Strike jumpable thing after every throw and everything? You know how angry people would get?
You know, they finally, I think, updated Fantasy Strike so you can actually fight like your friends. So I guess shout out to them. But I mean, I don't know. I'd rather play.
I'd play Mega Knockdown.
I'd rather play Mega Knockdown, and you know, it's still in early access. They're still doing cool stuff to it.
I still remember when all of the characters, they had the greatest placeholder asset of all time. It was everybody was just Germa.
Yeah, they you can still do that. You can still do that in that game.
That's awesome.
Yeah, then it just looked like everything on the internet.
Yeah, basically. This studio announced a separate game. Okay, you know what? I hadn't seen the Nirvana thing, so there's another team fighter that they're doing on top of this, but this one is different. This is the one they announced that is in pre-alpha. They'll have this at the show. This one is more like arena-ish. It's
can't just call
got
it
some
Netcode Warriors.
got some Digimon going on. You don't think so? Like,
I mean, it's just really funny. Could you imagine if we still didn't have like good rollbacking games and it was just called Netcode Warriors and it had delay bits, but it won't.
I mean, yeah, they're going.
This looks really tight.
Yeah, I hope this one turns out good, but I think what scares me is them announcing, hey, we're doing another fighting game while we do this fighting game. Like that's a big prospect in how
Bring yourself thin as an indie dev too, right?
Yeah,
it really depends on like
unless you're just that guy, unless you got it so figured out and you're so tapped in that you're like, no, we can do that. And you know, I would love to see it. I would love to see them drop just 2 bangers back to back and be like, we did that.
It may be paradoxical for an indie studio, but maybe they already have their own little individual like divisions.
Yeah.
In a way.
No, that's
It's
true.
possible.
Because they're on the tag fighter side of what they're doing. That one is based on a series of existing like American made like manga things, but it also has Wistful Hopes, who worked on the Marvel Infinite Beyond stuff, is I think working with them. So like they got some good stuff going on at Sun Studios. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. I don't know what Pip Puzzle is. And I'm also noticing that the Evo site doesn't link to some of these. So pardon me for going back and forth, but
that's a little weird.
But Pip Puzzle will be at the show. Oh, it's a puzzle fighting game, you say?
Oh, these are tight.
Interessante. There's I want to say, like, did Pedal Crash 2 ever come out? I was really into Pedal Crash. I know they were doing something with a follow up to that, but this is clearly doing more gem fighter kind of stuff, and has those chains. I wonder if they just straight up have like they probably don't have the diamond glitch, but this is definitely in that puzzle fighter wheelhouse, like right down to the breaking gems. The gems. Oh, you just straight up fight each other during it? Wait, I'm.
Yeah, I might have to mess with the demo.
Interesting. Yeah, I had not seen that. That is on
That'd be
Steam.
wild. Imagine like hitting somebody and then like you grab them and then like it forces them to play like Puyo. Like oh, like
Yeah,
you better play 4 wide Tetris or else you're about to throw it around.
Shout outs to Games Are Art, because it reminded me of Final Tetris, and that's like kind of an early example of like kind of like a fighting game Tetris, because that game had health bars.
Ah, gotcha.
Which is interesting.
Oh, and yeah, Pedal 2 is not out yet. Thank you, chat. Thank you, Trashboat. So Pip Puzzle seems cool. Resistance 2040X has been out for a little bit. I actually got gifted this by about a while back, like before it was technically out, but full disclosure. But pretty good, pretty interesting. Like, let me pull up a example of that so you can see it. And the thing to know about this, I mean, it has been at Combo Breaker a few times. They had a they're so into it in terms of like enjoying what they make, that this is also the people who made the indie is it indiefighting dot, I'd have to find the site. Is it indiefighting.games? I am so bad at spelling today. Okay. Okay, in indiefighting.games, the ultimate list, like the main guy I talked to behind Resistance 2040X also loves this stuff so much that he just made a site where you can peruse and sort things by category as far as indie fighters go. You can sort by netcode. You like, he's like, are they free or not? Links to all their discords and stuff. Like, he really knows ball. Like he long before a lot of people were cataloging this stuff, the Resistance 2040X dev was on it. So that's one thing to know about them.
Yeah, that's extremely useful. Jeez.
And just the game itself seems really cool. We said earlier, when things have like pop-ups that are like counter or such, like it's very much like an artsy splash screen here, and this thing definitely has a look to it.
Ooh. Yeah, I like that wireframe giant.
Yeah. Also, giant pride thing in the back. Trans rights, gay rights. Got cool combos. It's got kind of like a Nidhogg-ish thing too, because you're racing towards a goal, but you have to also play the fighting game.
Yeah, it's almost like there's those stages in Power Stone where it's like you kind of have to avoid the
Yeah.
obstacles while fighting other people.
Yeah, like there's a there's like a theme, like almost a sports theming going on.
Yeah.
They got new characters. I'm sure these. Oh, I want to see those. Those will probably be at the show. They got some cool new character designs in that last thing. So, the article contrasts it to like Lethal League a bit, and that's kind of a neat thing. Royalty free for all. I have not seen this at all. Let's see what that looks like.
I'm sold on the art already.
Got kind of a Spumco thing going on here. Let's. So this is like a public domain. Ah, I see. Okay.
This rules.
Okay, I'm picking up what we're putting down here.
That Sweetie Todd design is really good.
That is an amazing edge hop that where you just flop into place. That's pretty good.
Yeah, because like it was brought up again, like like what people mostly do with public domain things now, which is make shitty indie horror movies with.
Yeah.
And this is like a really good example of what to actually do with them.
Yeah, like that's got a lot going for it.
All right. Goodness, sorry about that.
You missed royalty free for all. Look at all these cool royalty free designs that are that are beating the mess out of each other.
I think that is such a colorful concept, to be honest.
That's what I wanted to see that again. That ledge hop is cracking me up. That's so good. That's how I get up in the morning.
We need more playable ducks in video games. That's what I'm saying.
That's true.
Yeah. Especially since the other one in Kyanta got nerfed as shit.
That's all, yeah, very true. Yeah, this definitely. Yeah, I like when stuff has a really strong, like, cohesive look to it, and they had a vision and they're riding for it. I like that. Royalty free for all will be there. Schwarzenblitz, we all we all kind of know Schwarzenblitz at this point.
Kenshiro Crab.
Doesn't he even do a Kenshiro quote if he wins with that costume on?
The character when we played this, when Kame and I played this, I was like, is that a crab that looks like fucking Kenshiro? And I picked him and he did that. And I'm like, this is the coolest game ever made. You fucking made a crab Kenshiro.
Yeah, there's a workshop for this game too, which I was even able to texture swap one of the characters and rename her and give her new sounds and everything. So
yeah. I'm such a big fan of the bullet cancel thing, like in this, like.
Yeah, I always love the pacing of this because it's the bullet thing, there's a brief slowdown, but it doesn't really break up the pacing of it at all. It's very interesting.
It's just, you kind of cashing in your chips, on like a cool throw or like a, you throw and then the throw would normally end, but if you got bullets, you pick them up and then you do your sick combo. And it's not, it's not really it's not like a one route thing. Like you can kind of mix and match. Like it's really cool. I love this game.
Yeah, it's like a really speedy Fighter's Impact almost.
It's the follow up to Fighter's Destiny we never got. Down to the N64 is anti-aliasing and the texture work. Fantastic stuff. There's also, I believe, I don't know if it's on here, but there is a second game by Andrea Dimitrio called Exploding Judo Federation.
Oh, yeah.
That will probably be at the show. I'm just gonna jump the gun and and just point out what we're doing with that because I'm 99.9% sure. Oh, you know what's funny? I dare I say I may have jumped the gun entirely because there's a preview thing here in 4 days for a new trailer for it. So look forward to that. That game is cool. You explode. you get grabbed, and if you don't take the grab, you blow up real good. And there's some great moments I think that'll come out of that. Scramble Heart City, which is the sorry, what were we gonna say?
when I saw Scramble Heart City, this is another game we played at the Combo Breaker in the
Oh.
corner this year, and very promising. There's a character design I love in this game. I forget her name already, but she might be in this trailer or this preview. Or
I'll just we're gonna
Oh.
pop up to you know what we'll do? We'll look at let's check out this here combo. This is a wow. That's a lot
I'm
of
throwing shit on the screen right now.
that's a
Woo!
lot of bombs.
I love this. Reminds me a lot of like what Arika used to do for like EX in later years. They were just like, "Hey, you can just do this over and over again if you want. That's a thing you can do in our game."
I love the quote here so much. For audio listeners, there's a one of the devs there's a Discord post embedded in the video that says it's a tag game. Sometimes your character just dies. It's okay.
Yeah,
Which you know that's not an always truism, but a most of the time truism.
Yeah, because when it doesn't happen, you get the Dragon Ball Fighters top 8 vibe, but every time Bardock does level 3, it gets faster.
A diabolical thing that I've seen happen in Nen Impact a lot with how much of that I've been watching is just that, yeah, it's like that seems like the appeal is that it's always a thing that is just, you're just, you know, it is. Your character explodes, your second character explodes, your last character comes in, and it's probably Crollo, and you pop the overgear and do the fish thing, and then you might get to play, but then it's like, I don't know, you still might not get to play.
Had like Tengu Stone with a pillar.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Like
Yeah,
you know, but like in an indie perspective, I like seeing when indie teams do tag fighters, because it's always very like just really explosive, and it's never boring. Like,
oh yeah.
like look at that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love a full screen conversion. That'll be there at the show. That was by the Tough Love Arena folks. So
yeah.
and that's gonna be you can play that in the browser just like the other one.
I will say regarding Nen Impact before we move on, it's really funny as somebody that is like watched the anime of Hunter x Hunter.
Oh my god.
Like Uvogan's busted. I'm like, well, yeah.
Uvogan has been you know what? I gotta find the clip. Uvogan has been the as far as like the meta of what I've seen in the game so far, right? It is, you know, what RF here, long time Marvel 3 and Guilty Gear Fiend and etc. The team this guy is playing is Uvogan, Leo, is it Leovis?
Knight or something.
And Crollo last, and it is mean. It seems mean, this team. Like, I gotta find the one match where it's just like the Uvogan mirror, because it feels brutal. Like,
regarding Uvogan, he managed to kill a guy by biting a guy, like part of a guy's head off, and spinning the skull into the other guy's head.
Oh, good. I've
And then also he killed a guy by screaming at him really loud.
Okay, yeah, I think this is you're gonna see a lot of this with this game. It's gonna be like point Uvogan fighting Uvogan, and then just whoever gets hit first wins. Like I'm glad we had this sidebar, because
Oh, here we go.
like we're already here. We're already here at this point. Oh, she might die. Oh, okay, never mind.
Punch, good.
Okay,
You die. Oh god.
This Uvogan might die. Okay.
That is okay.
Oh, we're tagging to her. Okay. And punch him. Okay, is he dead? I don't. Okay, almost. No, Pika. Oh, okay, he almost died. Wait, never mind. She's dead. I lied. Ouch.
Why is this character like?
Ouch.
Okay, so
Ow,
Uvogan
okay.
is like,
Do you block this on income? Okay. Ow, he's okay. Well, R.I.P.
Leorio, yeah,
Leorio, yeah.
He's gonna be out of commission for another 3
Ouch.
arcs.
The big steppy. One more. Ouch. Ouch. Pick him up. Ouch. Ow. Okay, incoming. Do you block this? Okay, never mind. He's just about. Oh, damn it. So yeah. Oh, blam. Oh, activate. Okay, I thought he didn't. You know what? This game might be.
Really...
This game might be good. This game might be pretty good. Did you see RF like slowly take a sip of his coffee after that?
I was transfixed on the screen and
this is some evildoer behavior. He just slowly is like, yep. that happened. Yep. Just
this
gonna.
Game was really funny.
South players.
I wish that. Hey, now hold on. Faust is not Uvo kid. Hold on a sec.
I don't like evil though, you know.
I understand the vibe. I get that.
We were talking about Guilty Gear names earlier. I think Faust is actually probably the deepest cut Ishiwatari pulled out.
That's true.
Like a weird like German band from the 70s or something that was like experimental noise.
Yeah.
Fits him though.
Yeah, so that is, aiding is doing aiding stuff. That's not really, indie stuff is maybe not that outlandish all the time, but there are a lot of indie, tag fighter kind of like projects in the works. Like Shot One Fighters is one that I think has been, I think I've talked about that on here before. They were at PAX like a year ago. I don't think they've shown very much of the game. In fact, this channel has like no visible content, which is weird. Did this this is from 4 years ago. I think this is just this isn't even her in the game. This is just like they've hidden a lot of these videos. I think they'll probably just they'll have reveals at the show. I'm not sure what their plan is.
What's the name of this again?
Shot One Fighters. They have there's footage of the game from PAX East, but it's like very quick, like off-screen clips of the game. Like here's one, and it's it's very like versus game adjacent, but it's like I'm not sure what they're going for. We'll see. I'm sure more footage will come out next week. They have like a thing they're doing. Terror Drone. So okay, here's where I start complaining a little bit. here's the part.
Still around? Am I?
Terrordrome Rise of the Legends is a thing that is out and you can play it. I had kind of a crash out like maybe like a year or something ago, because I think they were using AI to do fill-ins on some of their story stuff, and I like kind of didn't appreciate that. Like, because Terrordrome, the original is horror, licensed horror movie characters that, you obviously would have a real legal nightmare if you tried to, So they for the new one, they used, like Spring Heel Jack and these more, royalty-free, creatures, and it's fine as a game. I don't know if they need to be dabbling with AI like that.
Yeah, they got too used to pulling from movie snapshots, and they didn't know what to do.
Yeah, they have Sasquatch in here, but it's not. It's like not that one. It's this Sasquatch. It's just a. It's just a guy.
Oh, okay. So
Sasquatch.
I couldn't tell he was like that guy had a briefcase. I thought Sasquatch was like throwing fucking wooden planks at him for a second. I was like, wait, this character is kind of awesome. It's not. Wait, he just grabbed that bird and beat him.
That bird is his grab, or it's like a special grab that holds them in place. Wait, I guess.
What if his ending is that he turns into Nakaruru?
I mean, he could just be. He could occupy a similar position in nature. He's you know, Sasquatch is the Nakaruru of our world.
Yeah, you know.
But I don't know.
Hardcore.
I hope whenever they appear the show, maybe they'll dumpster those assets, and I don't know. Umbral Core. So about Umbral Core. Umbral Core during the pandemic had a version that had one playable character. I think they were doing like open beta testing with it, and it seemed neat. It also bared a very strange similarity to a different game called Omen of Sorrow. Omen of Sorrow. Omen of Sorrow was made by a different dev called A1 from Chile, I believe. But like Umbral Core seems neat. They're doing different stuff. It's very kind of rooted in the same like Victorian, you know, old world kind of tropes. And the combo system seems oddly similar. I'm not sure what's going on with these red and blue meters, but I want to see what they do with this Scythe girl though, because they were showing some of the designs of like characters other than, you know, Bloodborne Swordman. Hopefully they do, you know, some cool shit with some of the designs seem neat.
Yeah.
And I mean, they'll probably have more than just these at the show, but yeah, Evo gets its own indie thing again. I'm pretty happy to see that.
Yahoo! There's so many good stuff.
Yeah, pleasantly surprised it's still there.
Yeah.
I will say we, in terms of, I guess, indie fighters, the same server that brought up Mace the Dark Age, Dark Presence got brought up again.
That's true. Yeah.
And, yeah, the lady with the scythe reminded me of the guy from the with the scythe from that game, and now I'm scared of scythe users in fighting games.
I understand. So just a couple other news bits to hit here before we get to the fun part of the stream. Have y'all seen this finicky fox thing?
What?
If that name doesn't strike a bell, Finicky Fox is a VTuber, I presume, who rigged their Marvel setup with their VTuber model to do strange things while they play Marvel, and it's
Whoa!
Maybe, you know what? Actually, this isn't complete without the sound. I do hate to kind of like, you know, bite content here, but y'all need to hear the sounds with it. It's
I don't hear it, but
I can already imagine.
I can sort of understand what's going on here from a coding standpoint. They're hitting buttons, so there's probably like something that
Maximum
says
diaper.
like, okay, pull up the animation where they're hitting this button.
I just I want to point out Maximum Diaper is the
Wait, Maximum Diaper?
Maximum Diaper is the funniest shit I've ever heard in my life. Like, for a very long time, me and a friend, when we do like cable, you know, hyperfiber, like we would be like hyper diaper beam. Like, I had never heard anybody say Maximum Diaper though, and that shit is
Maximum Diaper.
That is hysterical to me.
Now the animation where they're banging on the pad, I'm a little. Maybe they're like hitting a button off the side or something. But I'm very interested in how they did this.
The face here at the end sends me into a primal state of fear. If you do this combo to me and you mash like that, and then you look at me like this, I gotta go. I gotta call the authorities. I don't.
This is one of those things where I look at this and I'm like, wow, they can just do this through like OBS now.
There are powers to
And
be
like
had.
5 years or 6 years ago, this kind of thing, I'd be like, oh, you did video edit the hell out of that, huh?
I mean, you know of a certain Faust player who develops some
Oh yeah.
tools
Oh yeah.
for streaming potential that
I did want to talk to him about having like if he was feeling really bold, every time a bad guy like counter hit you with the fire move, you could have like a little firework go off and you crash it or something.
Oh my god.
But I feel like that would have like a safety risk. But it would be
Could
really
you
awesome.
imagine just anytime you do a clean hit sidewinder, your stream explodes?
Like, something smells like smoke in your home. Like,
Yeah, like it's like D-box seating. Like you're. Oh gosh. Okay. Couple other weird points. What did I miss? Oh yeah, Ed Boon. I know you said again you're not like much for MK news. This isn't even really news. This is just maybe Ed Boon being a troll again.
I just don't follow it. I'm always cool for it. I just like I always miss it. I'm like, huh?
The thing that maybe makes this is that this might not be real.
Probably not.
But he's like, oh, I found this video, and like, okay, so from the beginning, Van Damme was originally supposed to be Johnny Cage, etc., etc. Van Damme is in MK1 as a DLC, optional thing. It's skin, voice, etc. for Johnny Cage. He is obviously not in the movie. It is Carl Urban now. People will probably think of Carl Urban as Johnny Cage or just the guy in the game as Johnny Cage. The idea that they did any testing back then is funny, but it's like would the camp of either party would the WB consent to being like, okay, we'll pay out for whatever if you put that in the legacy collection or whatever, like supplemental material. How's that work? I don't think it's real because I don't think those conversations ever happened. Also, he's Guile in both the film and the Street Fighter, the movie, the arcade game, and the game on the console. Like, he's the face of that at that time, so it's kind of weird for him to be like, hey, check this out.
There's also the fact that even if this was like real material, like the big warning, like this is confidential, seems really over the top.
That's like, what are we doing? I don't know. I'm sure there's like actual cool shit like that they will end up putting in Legacy that people haven't seen. Like I want to see that live tour stuff that that they keep rumoring, and I want to see like MK Nitro make it in there maybe because someone was like, oh, they just have the disc for it. But like doing this and like faking it is, like he is obviously a troll and has been a troll in the past for some of this stuff, but it's like maybe you don't gotta be. Maybe you can just do cool shit. I don't know.
There was one of my favorite codes from Mortal Kombat Trilogy is the one that just tells you to go see the live tour, and it's like, well, it's all late for that now.
I'm showing up. I'm pulling up, and I'm seeing what's going on. Okay, a couple other indie bits before I forget. Duels of Fortune had a new character drop for it from an indie game. And we're gonna look at that because a friend recommended that to me. Not Lumina. Lumina's been in the game for a while. But she is cool. She's like a puppet character. She's like a cool witch. But Globule of the indie game Decline Drops, which I have not heard of until now.
This looks like a Professor Layton character about to throw some hands. I'm excited.
Yeah. Oh, this is the theme song. Whoops. My bad. Let me pull up the actual
I gotta see this.
The actual movement.
Also a really good name too.
Yeah. And we'll do some.
I'm a big fan of like guest characters and indie fighters.
Yeah.
If only because like it makes so much sense that two independent developers would want to like boost each other's work.
I'll say
It feels really nice.
Yeah.
I can't be like, oh, I don't like guest fighters in indie games while like simultaneously playtesting Battle Craze. Like that feels like that would be like.
I'm coming to realizing I'm still playing at half speed. That's my bad.
Well, yeah,
I blame
slow for some reason.
I blame 2Co or 2XK rather. Oh no.
Oh.
Made me step in on plants. It's rude.
She's gonna get you.
For audio listeners, this girl with the straw hat and boxing gloves is about to beat this guy's ass in public because he stepped on her.
Yo, okay, weird, and like maybe only someone in this like crowd full of experts could make this comparison. But I get like serious like Galaxy Fight Rumi vibes.
I sort of see that.
I can see that.
I was kind of gobsmacked with the fact that I think I saw both Kung Fu Man and the skeleton guy that was also in Scorpion once here.
Wait, whoa! Wait a minute! That is. Hold on.
What's up?
So Rattlebones.
Am I? That looks a lot like Kung Fu Man.
Well, the main character is very.
I mean, he's a Kung Fu Man in that sense.
Kung Fu Man, like adjacent in terms of like.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's. I think that's probably. Also, this is the main character, but just that guy who has that resemblance. Yeah, I think they just know. They know ball in over at Cosmic Hat.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I saw Kung Fu Man and then also Sir Rattlebone.
Yeah.
That was kind of a 1-2.
Wait, this is so sick.
Yeah.
I wasn't blocking that.
This design rules so much.
I like this like the stretchy squashy animation. I think that looks really good on this. Oh.
Just turns into a giant. For audio listeners, Globule just turns into a giant fist and punches you like a rocket punch of. Oh, he did. She definitely beat that man to death.
I gotta see that kung fu looking character again. I need to see it.
Well, Duels of Fortune is a free to play, free to download thing that is available right now on Steam, and you can check those characters out. There's a ton of single player content in that thing. I think really the one of the only real kind of knocks against it is there's no like native, there's no built-in net play, but you can parsec it. It's fine.
Oh yeah. I'm sure
yeah.
I'll get to it.
But yeah, Duels of Fortune freaking rules. Let's go over real quick. What did I miss? The Little Fighter 2 remaster uses Gen AI, so into the trash that goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, of all things, it's like, why'd y'all drop the ball there?
Yeah, it's like Little Fighter is back, and it's
that gum you like is coming back in style. It tastes like shit now. Thanks.
it's like if they just like were like, so there's a Final Slam 3 now, but
yeah, I would really Let's see. Oh, Mazin. We talked about Mazinkaiser in technically the first episode of this pod.
Yeah, he came out.
He came out and he hurts real bad. This guy, he clips you and you explode for like 700 damage. He's a big bruisey boy.
Yeah, this character's more unique than I thought he would be for both incredibly crazy strengths and also like really big drawbacks. He's the only character in the game without a 4-frame button, which is really, really weird.
I keep forgetting to check this game out.
Oh, it's very fun.
Big sword. Got big sword. Big slicey.
Mazinkaiser will also be in the new Super Robot Wars game coming out in a couple weeks, where he will beat the shit out of Godzilla, which I'm looking forward to.
That is happening. I forgot. Yeah.
Mazinkaiser throw hands with Godzilla. I'm ready for that.
Is that game gonna have SKL in it?
No, it's the OVA one, which hasn't been around in a while.
Oh,
Or
okay.
wait, no, actually, I'm wrong. It is the one from the original one from the Alpha games. The very first Mazinkaiser is in that game.
Oh, okay. So not SKL then. We
Not
we don't
SKL,
get the
no.
cool like I'm just a mark for SKL's loudness theme
Oh.
song still
I
is my
Mazinkaiser has
problem.
the- But G Gundam is in the new one, which means
That's
you
true.
can in fact have Godzilla get punched to death by a Gundam, which is pretty interesting.
Ah, gosh golly. So we
But
talked
Mazinkaiser is really sick. I think that character has a ton of unique things. He's got like the break dash that hits you. He's got the really like weird looking teleport dash. Crazy damage. You mentioned it. This character gets access to like really realistic two-touch scenarios from like, oh, I hit my armored move in neutral at round start, had 0 meter. I'm gonna build that meter in the combo. The next hit, you're dead.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I want to also really give some to answer Zafari's question in chat. The netcode is great in my experience for Iron Saga versus. We don't quite have that good netcode for Kyanta 2 yet. There is a new character in it, but I also wanted to take this second to give flowers to friend of the channel YFD Hippo, who is an absolute genius. I don't know if I can play the songs in here without getting copyright popped.
You survived the T5 clip in the last one, but I don't
did.
know if it, I don't think there's enough Gachi Muchi man screaming in it to mask the music, though.
Let's see. This song is the song that it is set to is I Don't Know by you know what? I'm gonna risk it on this one. I won't risk it on the second one because I want to show the character Japan Common that is in this.
I played with him a little bit. He's a lot.
He's yeah.
Also, I enjoy that most of Hippo's music aesthetic is late night infomercials selling top 40 CD sets.
For audio listeners, what's happening is this character Japan Common can pull out a giant crab, a giant enemy crab, if you will. And will pressure you during that by having lots of bubbles floating around on the screen. And what's kind of cool about this video is it is showcasing numerous ways to absolutely murder him for doing that.
Useful, really.
But the cool thing that I like about a lot of Hippo's videos is that he will take like he said these sort of rare songs that are and green screen them in frankly bonkers ways.
Yeah.
This one is set to. Oh, you know what? This one doesn't even say.
Yeah, so that's definitely safe, I imagine.
Well, oh, you know what? It's El DeBarge. El DeBarge might actually get me popped, but my point is, go check out Hippo, play some Kyanta 2. It's incredible. Let me mute this and play it.
I will say I have a vague inclination to learn this game. One of our strongest Testament players in North America, plus our TJ Brown, she is also a very good Kyanta player who you've probably actually seen play the game.
More than likely, yeah.
Who should she play out of curiosity?
In Guilty Gear?
No, in Kyanta.
In Kyanta, I think she used Anna.
That tracks. Yeah, speaking, just dive kick looping you like that, and then giving you the double piece at the end.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh yeah, so they nerfed Anna. She used to be really fucked up, and then she showed me like this shit. I'm like, what do you mean they nerfed her? Like, you want to remind me one more time? They nerfed?
Yeah, believe me, she's right. But also,
but yeah, no, like the character is fucked up. I have to imagine, but like,
I think the EX slide used to be way more insane, in the way that like Big Steppy was also bonkers, and then they were like maybe like Karama was like maybe that's the bridge too far. I don't know.
She got nerfed in that she's not top 1 anymore. She's top 3.
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, quality video game.
It's also really funny that I don't think Harama was expecting Natane to be as popular as she is.
No, there's a whole. I won't play this on stream, but there is a whole like CG animated short film that Tippo has done that is on here that you should absolutely go watch on your own time. But Natani is an incredible design. Also, just Kinoko in general. You are Kinoko. If you're listening to this podcast at this moment, you are Kinoko. You
Also, we are Kinoko.
Yeah, we also together are Kinoko. I asked last episode if T5 was familiar with the current issues around or what was going on with Gundam, or if you played Gundam at all. And go ahead.
EX versus or the
Just Gundam.
Yeah, no, I've had friends try to get me into it, but I've been like, this is the kind of game where like I completely understand when everybody's telling me it's the greatest thing ever, but like I'm looking at it and I can tell you right now, I don't know if I would see that in it.
I think that any choice other than maybe the current flavor of Gundam might be a good deal for you, given that like apparently the issue with like Infinite Boost is that they are going through, to quote a friend of the channel, they're going through their own version of Tekken 8 Season 2.
Oh no!
Where again, we started at for those who were there at the top of the stream, we talked about Sony investing a ton of money into Bandai Namco, like almost $500 million. And then the thing about it is, some of these games are a little wild. Like, this is a combo video for Infinite Boost, which I don't even know how they recorded this, given that it's not really like the hardware is brand spanking new. Like they would have to run like cables from here, like in a really weird way to probably capture this stuff. But a lot of these a lot of the combos in like an M-Bon are kind of like short and sweet. Or if you're doing like a combo in like Federation versus Xeon, it like really respects your time. This, however, is just Master Asia riding the horse to to juggle you until you are dead. And I think there's something in the water at Bandai Namco. I really do. Like I'm not sure what their deal is.
Oh yeah, it's kind of weird, right? Because we've entered like this weird era or like this weird like situation where they're like, oh, we want to give you like more tools to be like do this or do that and do, but fundamentally at its core, right, like it feels like it's trying to address a problem people are having with the solution nobody's asking for. Like it's really weird, especially with Gundam, because I don't recall anybody having any thought to Gundam that was like, oh yeah, Master Asia should have a 2-minute combo. I don't recall anybody going, Master Asia, that suit was really, really struggling in the melee combat. Like, who?
It's like they pop here what is essentially kind of their version of Tekken 8 Heat, and then they just go ham for like a minute straight. And
like, oh yeah, I'm sure Epion needs to win harder when it's already
when two people are simultaneously jumping you. It's like, okay, geez.
like imagine trying to one-on-one Epion and it activates heat. Like this is already fucking Mission Impossible. I can't imagine getting stuck in melee range against Epion popping this shit. What's it gonna do? Have another sword? Like
it's because we mentioned briefly earlier the subject of like combo length versus like combo damage, and someone was like, well, over time the issue isn't so much that combos got worse, it's that it takes more to do less or something like that. I forget the exact wording on the Blue Sky post that started the whole shebang, but yeah, I don't think this is the fix for that.
No.
If you want to look cool, I understand, but like, when you watch or play like a Virtualon Oratorio Tangram, for example, like not to be like, oh, old game good, new game bad. The difference is that the old game is more respectful of your time because they want more quarters.
Well, there's we'll have to get into the conversation. Are we starting it now? Technically, I guess at this point. Is
I
this like the
mean,
bridge in?
I don't know.
We might as well. So like my major takeaway with combo length, right, is that like I am all for really long combos.
Yeah, no, they're great. That's
But
not
I
a
think
knock.
the
Like,
big problem that's going on is that these are long combos that, one, you see in regularity,
yeah,
and two, the choice to do them isn't really a choice anymore.
right. It's not like an
It's
agency-based thing. It's
like
this
that's
is the
just your combo.
routing. Yeah,
Yeah. Because like a lot of the nuance and structure to these big combos in older games is that, you know, you are weighing how safe is it for me to do this combo input wise? Where's my opponent? Can I combo them here? Can I end it good?
yeah. Do
All
I get
that,
a setup?
right?
There's an
Yeah.
intentionality as opposed to just this is the cash out. What is the round ender?
Yeah.
The
And
staple, I
it's a
guess.
big deal because like when you say respecting your time, I think there's another way to like frame that and angle it. And the one that I like to think is that it respects your time both if you're getting hit and also that it expects you, the player doing the combo, to have invested the time in to earn that.
Right.
And I think like that is a really big difference between old games and new games. And I am not against like a lot of input buffer, but I think like the existence of excessive buffer and input things making combos really, really trivial and easy while also making them longer
Yeah.
is a net negative because it means that you don't have to invest as much time to put somebody into a cutscene, basically.
There's a worse
So,
reception in there
yeah.
to
Mhm.
like that creates the thing that like Pro ZD was joking about with the whole, hey, would you like to play a fighting game? Oh, I'll go easy on you, it's fine. Combo, 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 1,000 combo. Woo!
Right.
Like that's
and
and like that doesn't make you keen to do it again if you feel like you're going to have to see it play out the same way.
yeah.
Yeah, like I
Like
you know.
it's and because a big part of the conversation isn't just that like from the person doing it, it's like the person getting hit by it. I've said this about fighting games. One of the coolest things is that, you know, you can admire the time somebody else has put in through their gameplay, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah.
If you break that down too much, it stops being something that like I admire them for and more like, oh well, you looked that B&B up on a website
Yeah.
and like that's the combo. And like so it's a hard balance to strike as a developer because it's like what do you do, right?
yeah,
And I think like
it's again, like I said, I like when stuff is like kind of allowed to play outside the bounds a bit,
Mhm.
but it's like, you know, you do have to account for how far they're going, or you can be HNK,
yeah,
or X-Men versus Street Fighter, or you know, you can say, well, everyone can go outside the bounds, so you just, you know, like people will either take to that or they won't.
yeah, I think what makes those work more is that like
Yeah, there
in
are still
HNK's
there's
case,
still
yeah.
rules even when you do it, because with HNK you're not necessarily basketballing from one hit all the time. You have to have put in the time to know, okay, this works after 30 hits. Like this is the gravity
Yeah.
where this works. Like, you know, X-Men versus Street Fighter has rules like, okay, you have to work within like flying screen. Not every button is gonna, you know, operate the same. Like there's still guardrails, I guess.
Yeah, and in that, right, a new player can attempt this kind of thing, fail it enough, and go, oh, so if they're hitting that, they've been practicing a really long time to do that. They
Yeah.
can notice that because people aren't foolish. Like I think as a developer, you also respect the other player's like ability to critically think to themselves, this other person is doing something that I am trying and failing. That must mean they've practiced,
Yeah.
right? That's a big component to it. It's huge.
And not that, you know, there shouldn't be like a bigger on ramp to get more people to think about a game in that way, but it's just it's not been that for so long.
No, yeah, no, it feels like it's an overcorrection. Like, I've talked about this before
Yeah.
where I've said that like punishment in fighting games now is not as interesting. And I think that makes it harder to sort of push the boundary as any player at any level to really like be really creative. And not even just in combos, but in like moves I'm gonna use in neutral because like what like risk taking is very different now Because like at first it was like, oh, you get like a couple frames of buffer, which changed a little bit, but not a lot. But nowadays you're like, like there's so much buffer and like a lot of recovery on every kind of like invincible or very like escape the situation move, to where like punishment is very, very simple.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's in that realm of things, right? Where it feels like the on-ramp hasn't really worked out, and as a result it's led to people getting kind of annoyed, right?
Yeah, just frustration that doesn't really need to be there, even though like, you know, there's like, I understand being mad at like the fail state, right? Because a Marvel fighting game has, you know, the excuse usually is like, oh, well, they're always broken. They're always that fucked up.
Yeah.
When it's like, well, they're fucked up within a type of reason in each case. Like, not everyone in Marvel 2 is doing Magneto shit. Like,
right.
But you know, sorry, we're for audio viewers also, we are looking at the MVCI Beyond Cross Frenzy mode, which is a 2v2. Shout out to Lottie, also a friend in the stream, who's, I guess, playing Monster Hunter in this now. But like more stuff like this is cool because it's like, you know, it's an experimental swing on that formula where it's not necessarily that you, and you know, obviously this is a fan thing, but it's not that you expand on the idea and just, oh, well, maybe if we make the combo easier to go long and be crazy, then more people will like the thing and buy the thing, and then we did it good, right? It's less that and more like more of an open participation to be like, how can you put more time in a way where you're interacting with more people? Like, you know, like here you're doing 2v2, or like if you do like cool single player stuff, you can inspire someone to say like, hey, this has a lot of cool like content, you should check this out. Like, it's, you know, doing interesting things and not other games do. Like, there's a lot of ways to do that without just being like, you know, press button, cool thing happened. Although that there is
what I think of when you bring that up, actually. You remember Guilty Gear Strive had the team of 3 mode?
Oh yeah, that's not, is that in the game at this point, or
it is
that
now?
just...
But back when they did the first beta, I want you both to imagine, right? Like, so this is like a 3v3 mode where 3 people, like 3 players are on each side, right? Everybody's controlling each character at every point in the game. You don't call assists individually, you are, like, everybody is playing. And they had like almost no cooldowns on anything. So the game state was really crazy, because like you would be like hitting somebody and you would be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna do my combo, and then like 2 other characters would come in and start trying to fuck you up. And
that feels like,
this sounds like a mess. But my friend was like, it's actually one of the most engaging like fighting game experiences I've ever played. Because this entire time this is going on, you're thinking about what move should I use as an assist? How should I structure around when I think they're gonna come out? And everybody gets to play at all points, even when one character is getting hit.
Interesting.
And they're just like, it feels like, because they ended up changing that and tweaking it to make it less chaotic. But they said like that first beta was some of the most fun they've had with the fighting game in forever. And like that's what I mean when I talk about, that's what I feel like you mean.
Alternate ways, of approaching the, you know, we need an on-ramp, not necessarily in like, is this like an accessibility issue? Although that there's value obviously to that too, but it's like, do you know, where's your tutorial? Where's your tutorializing coming from, as opposed to like, is it just, hey, here's a bunch of commands like the Street Fighter 4 trials, just do these and don't ask why you're doing it. Like, yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, here's the long combo, do the long combo, don't think about it. Like, by the way, Rare from Kyanta 2 is in Robo now.
Yeah.
They're awesome. Like,
that kind of scares me because Rare was a real problem when I played Kyanta at Evo.
Apparently, it's like pretty close to they're laughing about it. The 2 devs, Ramaself and Foxy Boxy. I forget their actual, but Foxy Boxy Games put out a new version of the game. Robo is really cool, actually. There's a lot of single player stuff there. There's a boss rush in it at the end that is kind of insane.
Yeah,
Speaking of single player stuff,
I still don't know how I haven't gotten around to playing this yet.
It's fun.
But, the fact that Rare is in it.
It's kind of sick, yeah.
There's a very fun thing they did with the some of the secret way that you access him and in how you see him in arcade. Like they did some fun stuff with it. They're also doing like a I want to say it's Uchu Mega Fight versus Robo-O is another game they're doing sometime this year. I think that's like a Pico 8 game. I don't know if that'll be at the Indie Evo Japan or Evo Japan, the Indie Evo booth stuff. But that is on Steam, I believe. Like I think you can go wishlist that.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
On the notion of that though, like what when people brought up this combo thing, what were they like talking about specifically? I'm kind of curious what game spurred on the discussion. I think you brought it up, but I need to think
my
about
theory is they meant Strive.
Probably.
Interesting.
But like, so even some of the most seasoned like Strive players are out here. Like Gobo, who plays a bunch of Strive, is kind of a champ in that arena. He's out here streaming Fight of Gods. So
yeah.
So the thing is, you have to be able to abandon your comfort zone a little bit, like branch out, try some stuff you don't normally, if you find that you're dissatisfied with the direction of a thing, or if you're just bored, like Gobo probably still likes Strive, but he's like, I'm gonna learn some Odin and beat up Jesus.
I believe you mean Messiah.
See, yeah, Saint. They're I also think Haragoro here, who's playing Saint, is an Iron Saga Versus player, if I remember correctly.
That's tight. I'm definitely seeing like the aversion, because it does feel like in terms of being a combo game, it feels like almost every game is a combo game now. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it.
Like, we don't have a lot of like samurai showdowns,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it feels like, how do I put it? Like Street Fighter used to be the game that I always thought was like the 1-2 piece thing. Like even in SF5, it was like, okay, when you have V trigger active, there's like a couple of other combo routing things you can do. But generally speaking, right, it's like, okay, you do like stuff, medium, special, super, like very simple.
Yeah. Because I don't want to run too far on time. I do want to very quickly just cover a couple points, and then I want to get into the thing that's actually like the fun part of the stream.
Yeah.
So we talked about Hogan dying.
Okay, well that's also the fun part of the stream. Come
on. We talked about all the new stuff up until do we have any like, if you had no if money were no object, what would be like your dream Evo announcement?
Oh,
Battle Monsters 2.
Oh my. Okay.
Interessante.
I would take my shirt off for Battle Monsters 2. Like in sheer disbelief and in respect to the legend returning.
Because that would be the way they were just like, no, Killing Zone, we never made that. We never made Killing Zone.
No, but they bring back Cal and they have the jump move where he turns into a giant skeleton head, but in HD.
Yeah, they'll just give Kiba that.
You imagine like the Strive wall break, but that's what hits you before the end. So like the camera pans around and you just see a giant skeleton head.
See, mine is probably whatever they were doing with like Fexel 3, but there's also, I don't know if y'all have seen this Capcom versus Square thing.
Okay.
The thing that makes this special is the announcer for this is someone you might know. It's also not playing. Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go.
Wait, this is real?
Well, this is a fan game. But they list some characters here. Ryu, Tisei, Zero, Hugo, Sias? I'm not. BB Hood, Jetta, and all of the characters. Han, Agrias, Tiki, Sundown Kid, Elena, Chrono, X-Death.
No! Wait! Hold on, XDev?
All I know is that there's an acknowledgement in here of like a live alive has some representation here. I want to say.
Okay. Okay.
Which would go hard. I would love to see some live alive
The Street
infighting
Fighter
in
3
form.
intro, that's really cool.
What?
Will the world end with you is real good. Also,
the Hugo versus Cloud matchup has to be miserable. What is Bro gonna do? He's just gonna keep pressing blade beam and like standing medium punch.
that's true.
What if it was like Air Dice Cloud?
Oh shit! Oh!
Wait, was that Han from Air Dice? Who was that?
Yeah!
Wait, that's fucking Han?
Capcom versus
Wait, because I
Square.
mentioned Han on the
Parallel Destinies.
copyright
Yeah,
screen. I
Square.
knew it was Han Daehan.
Did
That's
you
fucking...
did you note that the announcer is Ketchup?
What the fuck? I couldn't hear it. I was waiting for the
Okay,
name.
my bad. I don't know if I had the audio on Discord, but the Ketchup of P&D K&M fame,
That is
the
okay.
British the British sector enthusiasts.
You know, I want it to be said on record right here, on here. I hope to God they see this one day somehow. But that back when there was a whole bunch of fighting game news related to famous SNK game I will not name. I unsubscribed to like almost every fighting game content creator except that channel.
Thank you. That's
Because that
strong.
channel, and I stand by. Even before that happened, I was almost positive that was still the best one.
Yeah.
I don't even like play Mortal Kombat at all, but
One of
every
the
single
best.
fucking video they ever make is so informative, interesting, well put together, not obtrusive and annoying. It's some of the best shit you could ever watch. If you are not subscribed to that channel already, please go do.
Yes.
I have like 4 things to mention with those guys, real quick.
Oh yeah.
This is the part of the pod where we just kind of gush about other pods, but go ahead. Sorry.
I actually met Ketchup at last year.
Nice.
He was just kind of like in front of the venue when I ran into him and we talked a bit. And he was like, "Man, the used game prices in the U.S. are fucked up."
Not wrong. Not at all wrong.
The second thing is I love in those videos, they use Street Fighter EX2 music like all the time.
They
Like
they
that
they know
Evil
ball, yeah.
Zone, Evil Zone and Toshinden 3 music also.
Fighter's Destiny in there as well.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. And also, they had a VOD which I have saved where I forget which one it was, but one of them investigated every single attack that you can give somebody in Mortal Kombat Armageddon. And it took them like several hours. But they started the stream, they were like, I figured out the optimal build.
That's awesome. Like,
So you see these two like bringing their weird OCs, and they're just like the best possible characters you can create, just going at it for like 3 hours.
yeah, two cool customers. Speaking of two cool customers, they got these Kyo and Iori custom like chronograph watches, which are probably way too expensive because they only
Oh, God.
made like 2,000 of them. But the cool thing about it is that all of the times on the clock are different entries of KOF.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
Not
What
that
the hell?
not that I want to spend money on SNK products, but this is actually sick. Like I hate
Imagine,
that.
like, you know you're up too
this
late
is-
when your clock says Neo Wave.
Once you get naked, sit for all your radio.
Yeah. Okay.
Also-
What's up?
There was a 4th thing I completely forgot to mention. Sorry, going back to the catch-up stuff. He posted a picture of himself once, and one of the commenters is like, "No offense, but you look kind of gay in this picture." And he was like, "About that."
Yeah. Shout out. Yep. Correct and good. Okay, so the two last things I think I have for the stream, and then we'll watch this the fun part, and then we'll get out of here. This Romance of the Three Kingdoms thing is filled with AI, and I hate it.
Oh,
No.
I
Okay.
wish they hadn't done that. I think that it's. Someone pointed out, like, excuse me, the very first Dynasty Warriors game was a fighting game.
Yes.
And so for them to finally, you know, come back to this and have it be an AI shit show, it really sucks. And I hope that people care more about that first Dynasty Warriors, kind of maybe stemming from that, because you can play that on a bunch of stuff and it's still cool, and you don't have to deal with AI slop. Because I think this is like a Steam and mobile and iOS thing, which kind of maybe explains why they're just slopping it up.
How in the world is the fan game I made where people from Sango Fighter 2 fight Karnav's Revenge characters
play
still
that.
the newest Dynasty Warriors fighting game that doesn't have this in it?
Play that. Play the one that the
Yeah, Jedi Ryan's in it.
yeah, literally
Play
just
Sango Guardian even.
Yeah.
I know that port is bad, but like when you get past that loading time, it is so good.
that port got a weird update like maybe a year or two ago, and it sort of loads a little bit faster, not a lot.
Oh, that's enough. If a little bit relative to that time is certainly probably an improvement, right? Like,
Yeah,
Like, now that you told me this is AI, I'm pissed off for several reasons.
it's not good. It's not good.
You had a chance to make Dynasty Warriors 1, 2.
Yeah.
And you fucked it up already.
Yeah, just truly screw the
also-
pooch on that. It's not my fave news of the
But
week.
also, the first Dynasty Warriors, the presentation and sound is so good.
That soundtrack goes off. Like, they did not need to
Yeah.
go that hard, but they did that for
Yeah,
the culture.
piano solos alone and that stuff, but like the stages and characters in that look so good even now, and it's such an insult to
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Just
to
ignore
do
that
this.
thing. Go play that. You can play it with rollback on DuckStation. You can just do that. You don't need that thing in your life. Okay, so the last time we did one of these, we looked over an EGM, the fighting game guide to 1997. There is one for 1996. However, we might save that for the next episode. Because what I kind of want to go back a little further than that. I want to go back to 1994, and I want to show y'all a video of maybe the first fighting game YouTuber.
Oh yes.
You probably already know Zot the Avenger being that guy, but I don't know if you've seen this footage of him at the arcade. And as I do this, I'm stealthily gonna switch the screen that I'm sharing so that you can see it.
Yeah, I will say Zot was great as a kid. He's still on YouTube, but the general advice is to maybe not look at that YouTube.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing now. I think the stuff in the 90s also had the extra appeal of being like public access, and the fact that there would be people calling into the show to talk about this stuff in a way where they they only knew as much as they could get from hearsay in an arcade. So that's extremely funny to me. So let's check this out. Let me.
Right. Oh, okay, I can hear. That's King's X.
It really.
Yeah, that's Dogman.
I mean, the kid knows ball.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, got him.
Larry.
Not Larry. They got Larry.
This footage.
The fact that it's using King's X is fucking sending me, dude.
Oh, 1 second. Sorry, just.
I'm gonna break his little tiny head in little tiny pieces. Then we'll take the little tiny pieces and break them up in little tiny pieces.
I'm always saying that when I get hit with a pastry. Some great video toaster effects here for audio listeners.
It's very
It's
MS-DOS.
an incredible,
this-
incredible face.
I remember this from the last one too.
Yeah. Video games and more.
God, I wish public access was still possible.
I think that, yeah, like we can only ever, well, anyway, are fighting games rad, bad, or sad is the question I have for the room.
Well, a little bit of all three.
At our current state, and I'm turning this down a little bit so I can hear y'all better. I think they were rad. I think they've been bad. I think currently they can be rad and sad a little.
Yeah, it's
Okay, tell Mark to get ready.
all three
Video
of those
game
words
sounds cool. What
rhyme
is
with
it?
each other, and they also sort of reflect intrinsically the cascade of emotions that comes over me whenever like anything fighting game related happens.
Yeah.
It's always like,
Anytime there's news like, hey, a new Romance of the Three Kingdoms. Oh, that could be rad. Oh, it's AI. Oh, I'm sad.
Hello, this is me, Zombie
Yeah.
Avenger, with another episode of Video Games and More. Anyway, on
That
today's
phone has
show,
no
I'd like
receiver.
To talk about combat
Oh, yeah.
fighting video games. Okay. Now, as we all know, fighting video games are nothing new, really. They've been around for quite a while.
They're nothing
since
new, those
one of
fighting
the
games.
First karate champ fighting video games back in the
he knows
early
ball.
80s came
This
out.
kid knows. This kid knows
Now,
ball. I'm
We
telling.
all know that, well, most video gamers have played fighting games, you know? So we all love them, right? I mean, heck, we all play them, so are we getting tired of them?
Are
Now,
we
I
getting
play lots
tired?
of fighting video games.
Hold
and I
hold
like
on. I have to. This kid was jaded in '94. He's like, are fighting games going? Are they doing too much?
you
Are
know,
we tired
I-
of them then? That's insane to me. Like,
if only he knew how good they had it.
lots of them. But I noticed that a lot of them aren't as innovative as they used to be, you know? Seems like if one video game title comes out and it does really good, or, you know, it does very good, you know, everybody tries to copy it, you know?
he's so
Anyway, so I'd like to tell
right.
Mark
He's
to,
so right.
Get the
Pause that.
videotape
Pause that.
ready.
Okay.
That is Street Fighter. That happened with Street Fighter, and it's happened again. It happened twice. Street Fighter 5 came out, everything had to have that. Street Fighter 6 comes out, they put fucking Drive Rush and oh god.
Yeah, because I couldn't help but notice one of the games he pulled up was Mortal Kombat 3 in the intro, so that probably
Oh my god.
And,
he's probably
Right
like
now,
the
going
wrong
on the
button. Come on, you're making it too complicated.
arcade, Funtastics actually, to show you some of the latest and hottest arcade video games.
Oh
in the arcades.
yeah.
And, well, I could tell you about some of the home video games, but that would take forever. You know, there are so many different fighting video games. I could go on and on and on and on about how many there are, and lots
There
of them
are a lot.
really good titles. In fact, I love to play them, but some of them really stink, and you know. Anyway, is the tape ready, Mark?
Yeah, Mark,
All right,
where are we
so
at?
roll the tape, and this is going to be all the hottest, newest fighting video games in the arcades that you can go and check out.
hope
for
y'all are ready.
yourself. So roll the tape.
For all these hot at the
Hello, this is me,
arcades.
Zot the Avenger, once again.
Sorry.
I'm
That's
here
right.
at
He's
Funtastic.
posted up.
Just remember, a couple months
Do you-
ago, I was
do you
here
see
to
the
show you
fit?
Brain
the
is
latest
still, like,
games that they have here.
partially broken
Now
over
I'm here to
that.
show you the latest in fighting video games. So come on, let's check it out.
Let's check it out.
We got the fighting video games.
Hot tracks when I go to the mall, in the food court.
Somebody needs to make a playlist of songs being played here.
All right, now this right here is the grandpappy of all fighting games.
The grandpappy.
Street Fighter 2: The World Warriors. After
Oh,
the World
yeah.
Warriors came out, they then came out with the Champion Edition, which introduced the hyper fight, and you could play as all the bosses. Then they came out with Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
Wait,
And this game,
Super?
it adds full.
Hold on a second. Super was 90. Super was 94, right? Am I crazy?
No, this is
No, Alpha. Okay, wait. ST was 90. Oh god, my. Oh no. Oh
I'm
no.
pretty sure Super
We've
Turbo was
already
92.
fucked up.
I'm
we,
pretty sure it was 1992.
Okay. So, but this, Because I know that this video has Children of the Atom, so this had to be 94.
Oh no! It was 94. It was March 23rd. So if this
Okay.
video came out in
New
94, if it was at the
characters,
back end, yeah, this would be about right.
Okay.
DJ, Felong, Cammy, and T-Hawk.
Felong.
Let's check it out.
Felong, my favorite.
That's also Vanilla Super, by the way. Just so you know.
It is.
Oh, wait. Oh, he knows! If this is the right character.
Oh, wait.
Oh, sorry. I was adjusting audio.
That's fine.
Oh, this is Vanilla Super. You can tell because they're playing the default colors, which was not possible in Super Turbo.
Wait,
one of the
really?
weirdest things. Yeah, so one of the weirdest things in ST is that the default colors, like that are for the normal characters, you can only get if you're playing the old characters.
Oh yeah. That is
Because they have like a quote-unquote new default, and sometimes it looks kind of like their default, but other times it's like, yeah, here's Ryu's default, the black gi and yellow headband with the Shibukai, by the way.
They are zoomed in so hard.
Yeah, I can't really tell you how good the fighting
Like-
is. I can tell you how good Vega's face looks on that CRT arcade camera.
Aurora Borealis, located entirely within Cammy's.
Area, I don't know what to even call where
Yeah.
they're fighting.
The bridge, castle.
Bridge, yeah.
Let's check it
Yo,
out.
look at this biker. What the?
Is that-
Oh no!
Oh my god.
There ain't.
No!
There ain't no way. There's no shot that you went from Super to Bloodstore.
Okay.
Do you see this cabinet? This is one of the most insane cabinets I've ever seen in my life.
That is
I love this
cool.
so much. The top stormers. Yeah, get in there. Razor.
I remember at Combo Breaker,
Freon.
I pulled up the hidden Joe Lieberman Hellhound skin, and the way the game works is if it times out and it's a draw, it just keeps looping. So I just left the machine looping infinitely on Joe Lieberman's head.
I hope someone appreciated that, because
So, what you weigh in on for Bloodstorm?
I'm very distracted by how there's a T2 thing in the reflection of the monitor.
Wait, what was the question again?
I said, how do you feel on Bloodstorm? Where are we at on that?
I think it's very interesting to me how little that game desyncs on Fightcade as opposed to Street Fighter the movie. Like it's clearly like the same hardware. It's the golden T thing, but it's just I still am like perplexed at how well this game runs despite everything.
Yeah, you know, everything else going on.
When I played last time I played it, I liked it a bit more than I usually did, but I appreciate that the Frog Crew like plays tournaments of it, but when I think of joining it, my usual thought is y'all have fun with that.
I'd play it with buds, but I think like anytime I've tried to play it in like a semi-serious, you know, armchair pro way, a Sinistar or similar will show up and murder me, and I'll be like, that was fun.
Yeah, somebody
I'm good.
will probably pull up Golem and start doing like the zoning and
Yeah, just like okay.
Okay, this is a much better transition from Super Street Fighter 2.
This is the newer
Yeah.
version of
You know, at least-
Raid, so let's
I
check
mean,
it out.
despite whatever the fuck is going on with the inputs in this game, you know.
But see, I do wonder because some arcades had the other version where it was like there was, you know, there were boards that had the more traditional inputs. I don't think this one is. I'm just saying.
That's deranged. What? That's wow. I have to wonder what inspired them to do that. This game's sick though. I used to play the shit out of it. Oh my god.
I love Point Blank. They have this thing with Midway Williams games, this kind of like obsession with like setting people up for a free hit in a funny way. Like that's all over like War Gods or etc. But like especially Battle Rage.
Like, okay, yeah. Like Mortal Kombat 1, you're like, you know what, here you go. Sub-Zero shoots this little ball of ice, and then you get like a comical amount of time. Like you can just sit there and like think about it, read the paper.
rampaging.
Twice.
Did it
I just
say?
realized-
No, wait a second. That's not that. They changed that. Cause it's saying rampaging under your thing. I think in later bills it would just say like insane. The word insane.
Which version of this game? I'm trying to
There's
remember.
Dark Stalkers.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Oh!
But, like, I'm trying to remember what in Primal Rage brought up the little sign that said no cheese.
Oh, if you loop certain stuff, like if you're like Blizzard or Chaos and you do like Light Punch, Heavy Punch, both at once, and you keep trying to chain it, they'll be like, cut that out. we know. Yeah, we're on to you.
Now, in this game, you get to play as movie monsters such as Dracula, the werewolf, Frankenstein.
You're playing as Dracula, okay? It's Dimitri. Dimitri is a Dracula. I will agree with Zod on that.
Check out this game.
He's not the Dracula, but he's a Dracula.
Where did Dracula go?
This stage still looks really good.
Yeah,
This game looks fucking amazing.
Yeah,
I mean,
beautiful video game.
yeah. Well, that's pretty much what defines Stalkers to me.
Yeah. Also, just games don't. I see a lot of people kind of regularly express the thing about, you know, not to knock, not to once again do old game new game, but like when they're like, oh, they should do new rival schools, oh, they should do new etc, like it would look so good. It's like, but yeah, the feel, like Darkstalkers,
Yeah.
VSAV, V-Hunt, the feel of those games, the people that are there that would make the game, like they're not. I don't think they're thinking about it in that way. Yeah, they want to operate within a constraint where you don't just overwhelm and murder the other person. I don't know.
Now,
like
this
the
game
people
right
that
here is
made
Mortal Kombat 3.
Darkstalkers
This is the newest
aren't
version
making
of the
games
Mortal
at
Kombat
Capcom
series.
anymore. Like, it wouldn't
It
feel the
adds
same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think it would have some extra superfluous thing. I think not to doom her about it. I mean, who knows what they're gonna say next week? I don't fucking know. But
Yeah,
like,
you know.
But it,
stuff like new characters and
It
just a
kinda
whole
reminds
bunch of
me
new
of,
cool
like-
stuff. So let's check it out.
what were we gonna say?
with
Sorry.
you know, the wrestling games on the N64, like the Aki guys and everything. Like people keep saying like, oh, they need to be brought back. It's like
Yeah, it's like
all but one of those people, like they're all gone.
yeah, it's just you like you're demanding a thing that is like you can't put that lightning back in that toothpaste tube. I think.
Yeah, like I think only the producer is left. Like it's not the same people anymore.
Use the words of Raiden.
I still love like seeing these cutscenes and remembering they were dubbed in Japanese once.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, like if he was talking about like stuff being too complicated earlier, I can imagine going from MK2 to MK3 in real time. We'd probably be like, okay.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
Like my personal thing with it, just a quick aside, is because there was a laundromat across the street from our from my junior high school, and I used to go over there and I would play this. I would play KI1. They had Tekken 1, they had Children of the Atom, and they had I forget the racing game. I had no fucking clue what I was looking at for like a year, except when I came back after like getting one of those EGMs that was like, hey, here you go. Here's some not Game Pro combos. Figure it out.
I'll refrain from the joke I make every time he shows on the screen now.
No, you should. it's a good one.
Okay. It's that guy from Cheer Accident.
It's him.
Yeah.
No, that tracks because like Cheer Accident is in the sports game. Like they just
Yeah, because for those that don't know, in only vanilla in the NBA Jam for some reason, like the announcer table has like a bunch of stuff that can be advertised there.
was he
One of them is
still?
just-
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
One of them is just an advertisement for the band Cheer Accident, which Dan Forden was in for a couple of years.
Was he like
And-
when NBA Jam TE came out? Was he like, nah, don't put it in there? I'm worried. I'm confused as to why they wouldn't keep that.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I've never heard the frontman talk
Mercy.
about it. I'll have to. I might send him an email about it. He might not even know it was there.
I'm glad someone there knew the. I'm glad someone there knew the animality.
Was Mercy like the first, like, this is a developer intended, like, strictly BM mechanic? Like,
It's a new game from Namco, and it reminds me a lot of Virtua Fighters because, well, you
Yeah.
fight with 3D fighters in 3D
those
space.
Virtua Fighter
So
freaks
let's
gotta
check it
play
out.
this new game from
Oh
Namco.
yeah, the Virtual Fighter freaks. I forgot about that. I'll never forget about being a Virtual Fighter freak. This is. Law was so skinny.
Yeah, he didn't. He had a different outfit in the console versions for some reason too.
Truly, the Rave War has left people emaciated.
I love that he still, to this day, has a combo string called Rave War.
Yeah.
You know, it's great. Like, you know, the whole gimmick of Law now is that he's like, I'm out here struggling, but like, I don't know, he looks in better shape than he is here.
Yeah.
Even in this era, his ending showed he was in poverty. So.
Damn, I don't know, like, it's not even that, it's just like, I don't know, maybe he just like fixed up his diet. Oh,
Yeah, maybe.
German suplex.
Yeah, Michelle's like fighting style was always interesting because it always seemed like a fusion of like several things. Whereas, like,
Yeah. I like her doing like Akira elbows. Granted, Paul does that too. Like it's. Sorry, go ahead.
but there's like a bit of wrestling thrown in there. Like,
Yeah. It's like a pancration kind of thing with
This
her.
right here is Virtua Fighter. In this game, you play as polygon fighting warriors. So let me show you what it's like.
Polygon Warriors.
Hell yeah.
oh my god, yo.
Man.
How far we have come. Oh, whoa!
Jackie
Oh, no.
Jackie waking up back turn there was really funny. Oh, I like the moon jump. They never got rid of moon jumps. They're like, nah, these guys are.
They're a little left floaty. Oh
They're
my
left
God,
floaty
go
now.
back, go back. That was one stream. Go
Combat.
back. Jackie just did. Okay, hold on. Look at Akira's life.
this-
Like,
Oh, 1 second. Sorry.
full life bar, right? Like, we have one damage with our hands.
Oh yeah.
What?
If you get hit in VF1, it is very. Yeah,
Yeah,
like just
okay.
KK half your life. What's up? That's.
Added on top
Just
of
like real life.
Combat One
Yep.
with new things
If
such
I
as
get kicked like that, I should be
fatalities, and you
down
can
that
do two
much.
fatalities. So
Baraka,
let's
my
check
guy.
it out.
I like how, because of one move, this version of Baraka, like in this game, I don't think he's very good. But in Trilogy, because of one move, he moved to S+ tier.
Oh god, yeah. Do not adjust your TV, by the way.
You know what's great about Baraka is that, like, as a kid, I was like, what the hell does this guy do? It looks like he should be at, like a meat shop or something. Like, I couldn't really tell what he
Meat
was.
shop.
Now, I'm
Finding out
sure
that his
you all
mask
have
is just a
seen
modified
Killer
Count
Instinct
Warlock
by now
mask
if
is
you've
really
been to an
funny.
arcade in the past couple months, but if you
He's
haven't,
just
well, here it
Nosferatu
is.
with Wolverine blades.
It's sick.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. It's unironically awesome.
It worked out really well, and they're just like, yeah, we got the money for this. We got a mask. We could just put some teeth on it, you know.
Yeah, I think they literally said it was a Count Warlock mask, and they painted they glued acrylic nails to it around the mouth.
This is far more problematic, Chief Thunder.
Yeah.
Oh well, you know.
The Thunder before the makeover.
Yeah. Before he had that sick denim
Oh
vest
no,
all.
she fell off the thing.
You better cut that. You're on TV. There we go. Oh, never mind.
That's just fine.
Stop!
This right here is X-Men.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Create your
now
own
we're-
combo.
So let's
Now we're
check it
talking.
out.
Combo is the key.
It's a real combo de mambo.
This
Speed up.
game is so sick. You know why this game is sick? Because they're like, if you get hit, you should
Fine.
get fucked. You don't
Yeah.
get meter on hit. You don't get meter, so they throw you. You have no meter. Get on.
It
Put a quarter in,
is.
kid.
it is truly it carries like, you know, super heroics in the like in the way that in the game feel. Like you feel like a fucking hero when you land Iceman Infinite.
Oh yeah, no, Colossus throws you into a pile driver OTG, and you're like, wow, that did my life.
The thing I remember most about this, the first time I played it, I did that super with Omega Red where it just kind of whips the wires around, and it did like 50% damage. I'm like, I don't know why that happened.
It is a nuclear irradiated video game. There she is! There she is!
Yeah,
It's my
and the
girl!
stage.
Like every time she does her idol, I'm just like, God, like to be able to illustrate that.
A thing about it, I realized that the reason you don't see a lot of because Japan does still play Coda like at like, you know, arcade spots like GameSpot Versus and Mikado and Big One Second. The thing is, like, I realize a lot of them don't like to pick Spiral because of her stage, because of the floor break. Like, because every time you land something and you got some momentum going, the floor does kind of, you know, that happens. And then you gotta, oh shit. So I don't know.
A lot of people falling from great heights on this really.
But like, they invented the floor break. Like, I can't be
Those
mad at
right
that.
there, the hottest fighting games
Yo,
in the
you
arcades.
mentioned Super is doing 1,000,000 damage. It's like when I
Alright,
first
so-
did Iceman throw into Super against Sentinel, and I went, oh my god, that.
Yeah, that's excessive.
Those right there are all the
Oh, we gotta
cool, what we call hip arcade games.
fix his mic. Fix his mic.
I'm gonna start out by talking
Okay, here we
to you
go.
about the Street Fighter 2 series, alright?
All right, let's
Now,
talk about
when
the Street Fighter 2 series.
2 came out, everybody thought, wow, what a great game, you know? It's kind of a new concept, you know? One person versus another.
Oh no!
Great graphics.
Fix his audio! Fix him! No! let, him,
So
let him cook!
My microphone is
Let him cook. Let him cook. I was listening to that.
it's so public access.
up.
Truly.
So can you hear me better now?
Oh, there we go. Okay. Let him.
So Street Fighter 2, everybody thought, wow.
Oh no! It's still. It did it again.
Oh, of course.
I need to hear the take about.
Well, you know.
There we
And
go.
so then they came out with the Champion Edition. Everyone went, wow, you know, you can play as all the bosses, you know, you're done. Okay, they're instructing me to wait.
Let him cook. Let him cook. I want to hear this. It's an important historical.
Okay, we're having technical difficulties right now.
I might skip ahead a little bit, actually. Let me see if they.
He really was the first streamer.
What do I
Yeah.
want?
Yeah,
What do I want?
Truly.
I'm on line 3.
Played by
I'm on line
technical
3.
issues. Yeah.
Mic 3.
Oh god, nothing changes.
I think it's worth, you know, it's worth knowing that even back
What do I
then,
want?
it was fine. It
What do
was
I want?
fine
I'm
to be
sorry, I want
plagued
that picture
by
right there that's on camera too.
45 minutes of, just, you know. All right, we got. Hold on, let me skip ahead a little bit.
I'm about to run to the bathroom super quick, so this might be a good time to.
Experiencing some audio technical difficulties right here. They couldn't get my microphone to work. But now I would like to talk to you about the Street Fighter 2 series, okay?
Okay.
Now when Street
Let's talk
Fighter
about it.
2 came out, they everybody liked the really cool graphics, and, you know, the button combinations and everything. People thought, wow, this is
Yeah.
a real new concept, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Then they came out with the Champion Edition, and you could play as all the bosses, you know, and people had real fun with Vega and M. Bison and everything, you know, and
They sure did.
so then they came out
Yeah, people
with,
loved
the Street
Dictator
Fighter
in that
2,
game.
Turbo Edition, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo Edition, you know. Then everybody, you know, by then was kind of tired of Street Fighter 2 series, really saying, we would really like to see Street Fighter 3 maybe, you know. All these neat
Oh.
upgrades are really neat and everything, but why not Street Fighter 3?
Why not Street
And some
Fighter
gamers
3?
are still waiting. And that's one thing that I don't like about Street Fighter 2. I think that it's okay. So now everybody, I'd like to talk about Mortal Kombat series. Okay. Now,
I feel like where Zada's going with this is going to involve a, hey, they learned how to count to 3, because that's exactly where
Yeah,
the EGM went that we read last time.
Yeah. Oh, guess what? Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, eating your
Yeah,
line.
there he is.
If you Melly, if you missed that, the yeah, that was kind of the build is like, well, you know, gamers would really like to see Street Fighter 3. This whole SF2 series is getting a little dry. So that's where we're currently at. I want to see if if Zot here is like, yeah, they are eating your lunch because they learned to count to 3, I'm going to lose my mind. So let's see what he says.
On the Mortal Kombat series, they came out with Mortal Kombat 1, and everybody said, oh wow, you know, it's got all this blood, it's gory, has really big uppercuts, you know, all these
Big
fatalities.
uppercuts.
You know, it was really a new pioneering video game, you know. And then when they came out with Mortal Kombat 2, and you could do the friendships, babalities, you know, had more secret characters, all these really cool special moves and everything, everybody was really happy. And now that they've come out with Mortal Kombat 3, a lot of people are happy, but a lot of people are tired of Mortal Kombat altogether.
Wow. Okay. Subverted. No, this is important. Subverted my journalistic expectations on this because I thought that when we did, you know, the episode 0 of this pod, you know, the EGM thing was like, wow, everyone's learning how to count to 3 in 1997. Tekken did it, and Capcom was like 3, and then more like they loved running with that, and I'm. It's interesting that like even for 94, again, the one proto YouTuber was like, well, I don't know about that.
Yeah, you know, yeah.
Like, I don't know if the vibe, I don't know if the vibe that from what I see is that, and that's an interesting counterpoint. So let's finish this
I
up.
love to play Mortal Kombat 2, and I like to go in and play Mortal Kombat 3 every once in a while. But you know, it's lost its magic kind of for me. I love to play it, don't get me wrong.
Wow.
Kind of old.
You know, this is the thing. It's like I when I hear people currently jaded with a lot of the current crop of stuff where we're at in 2025.
Yep.
There are people who are as jaded as this child in 1994. How is
At least with like 3, you had actual mechanic changes though.
You did, but it's so funny to me that like, cause this child did not have the ability. Like if I at the time was like, well, why don't you just play the older fighting game? Like I can't tell them that because they didn't exist yet, and it's already like, well, I don't know. People in the arcades are just really bored. Like, and maybe that speaks to the demands of that market and how our market just ballooned into. Yeah, like we were talking about, like the combo length stuff. Like people just, you know, have these expectations of stuff like that or better, but how do you do that when it costs $1 bajillion? and and the costs of, you know, making stuff back then wasn't even enough. Like that's what I think about that so often. This is why this is fascinating to me. Like
well, yeah, like the ecosystem has changed completely, and I feel like I mentioned this on Blue Sky in like a random reply to somebody where I was like, I think games have gotten so big that previously the kind of people that had real weight and influence on like the direction of games being like online and like these communities and arcades and stuff do not have that anymore because it's such a mass market.
Not at all.
It's like such a mass market now that like conversation online feels really weird about games because it's like I don't even know if it will ever really coalesce into meaning something like that in the way that it would have here.
Yeah, but let's.
And now they're coming out with these
keep it up.
3D fighting video games.
Oh,
okay?
these 3D fighting games.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Virtua Fighter. You know, a year ago, you know, I used to play that thing all the time. Now it's kind of old, so they came out with Tekken. You know, and that's really cool.
Oh my God! The way that things change. the way that things change is fascinating because currently people are really upset with Tekken, but they can't
really
stop.
want VF?
But they can't stop playing Tekken because it's the big game what people be playing. But VF is in this kind of like honeymoon phase again. Although I really hope VF6 does not use AI. Please don't do that. I will jump out a window. But like for him to be like, oh nah, VF is the old hat. I'm over that. I'm playing Tekken now. And now people are like, that's Tekken. I don't know. That's so funny.
You know, and now they're coming out with a Virtua Fighter 2.
Oh,
okay, and,
shit.
That's just going to be totally awesome because it's not going to be polygons. It's going to look a lot like Tekken, only all the characters are going to be from Virtua Fighter. And they're even going to add some new characters.
I mean, VF2 also was everywhere.
So
that is the other thing to note, is that VF2 was like a actual craze. Like, it was in every laundromat. So
it's going to be really cool. And I like the new 3D fighting series. It's really cool. I like it. But, you know, the 2D fighting, you know, is getting sort of old. You know, I go to arcades and I see people, you know, people still love to play Killer Instinct. But, you know, 2D fighting isn't really big anymore, you know?
oh my god! That's so crazy.
You know how things have changed.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
How though, right? It's wild to think about how that happened. Because by all accounts and all logical, like, speculation and data sets and surveys, you would totally think, yeah, 3D fighting games will probably be the dominant one. And yes,
The same
yes.
same year that this was made, Toshinden 1 was a thing, and then by our time, Toshinden and Soul Calibur and Bloody Roar and etc. don't exist anymore.
right? Like,
That is so insane to be to be like, oh well, you know what? This 2D shit's dead. 3D is the future, and now we're like, maybe we should like. I'm gonna let this finish. Oh, we gotta wrap up in a little bit, but
Right now about the topic of fighting and combat video games and everything. So, and I also have some tips and codes for most
it's time
of the
for
fighting
codes.
games that you would like to see, you know. So, call up and ask for tips or ask questions.
Call up and get
or
them
just talk
combat
about the
codes.
combat fighting video game, you know, everything about it, you know.
Somebody gives them to go
Now,
see the
I like
live
these
tour.
new
Dude.
Capcom games like Darkstalkers and X-Men because it's still 2D flat fighting, but all the graphics are really great, you know, and there are new characters and new moves and everything, and it's really cool, you know. And I like the way that they can still make 2D fighting interesting, you know.
All right,
But anyway, we should be getting some phone calls now.
that's a
And I'd
good
like
point
to talk
too,
some
because
more
it's.
about X-Men.
I also would like
X-Men,
to
the new
talk about
fighting
X-Men.
video game is called X-Men: Children of the Atom. Okay, now in the
This
Children
kid,
of the Atom,
yeah,
you
that
pretty
is the
much play as
thing.
a Spiral, Silver Samurai.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. The dovetailing of Fubas in chat, shout out to you, pointing out this kid is the coolest kid because they get to do all this on public access, but then when they start talking about Children of the Atom, the first, like, you know, we don't get a versus series without that game. Like you said, the very first character that they talk about is Spiral.
The Children of the Atom, you pretty much play as a Spiral, Silver Samurai,
You pretty much play as Spiral.
Wolverine, Cyclops,
Cyclops, I
Colossus,
guess.
Storm. You know, all your favorite X-Men characters.
All your favorite
Get-
X-Men
get to go through
characters.
all sorts of really great levels and do these massive combos, just like in Killer Instinct. That was one thing I
It's
really liked about
just
Killer
like
Instinct.
Oh, yeah.
it's just like in Killer Instinct. Tell me more.
Was that you could do all these all these combos, and this was a new thing, you know. But now it seems like lots of video games now are trying to copy that, you know, putting in lots of really big combos. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I'm saying
What did we just say about combo length? What did we just say?
Every time we pull up Zot on one of these things, He says something that we just talked about an hour ago.
The combo noticer.
Okay, wait, but okay. Did you actually like know that going into this?
No, no.
Oh,
He's just right.
he's correct.
The gift of prophecy, Zod Al Gaib.
How the fuck?
All right, let's finish.
It's a bad thing when video game companies start to copy other video game companies when it comes to fighting games, because then it feels really like you're just playing the same game over and
Why are you mean?
You know. Listen.
Why are you mean? I don't
like I said, just saying what we are currently all thinking, but from 1994.
Oh God!
I wanna stick a pin in that. I wanna truly, if you take nothing else away from this podcast, know that a lot of what we are feeling as far as industry woes, as far as like how capitalism kind of scoops out the originality and the passion behind the fighting games we like, this kid saw that shit like back then. That's so insane to me. Okay, let's look. We got 7 more minutes of this.
over again, and that can get very tiresome and repetitive. So that's the reason why I think that fighting games need something really new to happen to them,
They do.
Maybe a new look or something. I like the 3D look, but it's gonna get old real soon also.
Holy moly. So, like, I don't know. I still don't know. Because here we are 30 years later, and, it's people are recycling shit and resorting to AI. So it's like, I don't know what you do. I mean, if they announce some wild shit next week, maybe we'll all be in awe and all draws will drop. I don't know, but it'd have to be, I don't know. Does Sony giving half a $500 million to Bandai Namco result in that? I don't know if we're gonna see what Zot wanted to see ever.
Okay, I'll be like, fighting games are saved if they announce the G Gundam fighting game.
You know what? You're so right. Or
That's
Fexel 3.
sad reality.
Fexel 3 will save us.
And people are going to be saying, well, we want something new, and what more can you do? They've pretty much done it, just about everything you can do with fighting games. I mean,
In 94!
Oh God.
In 94, 95, we were done. We were done 30 years ago.
all you can really do
Maybe
is
seeing this, maybe we'll realize that we're never going to hit the ceiling. It's always gonna move
maybe
forward.
maybe that's the thing, is just there is none. There's no end to the journey. It's ooh. Yeah, Trash Mode, no, you're super right. It is just, we're watching we're reading the William Gibson passages and being like, oh no, he nailed everything. He just didn't see cell phones coming, that's where we're at. All right, let's
a
finish up.
fighting game now. It's just putting new characters and new moves and everything, but it's still going to be a fighting game, I mean, there are tons of them out there already, There's, in the arcades, there are all the Neo Geo ones, such as Fatal Fury and Samurai Showdown and, World Warriors, all those. And then, like, for the home gaming systems...
I know he meant World Heroes, but that's really funny.
Bro really said everything but KOA. Oh, well, this was 94.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Tons of them, Just Balls, Clay Fighter...
What the fuck do you mean balls, bro?
There was
that?
well, he meant for the home exclusive market.
I know.
But
Why was that the first one?
My theory as far as going to that one first is like that was alphabetical. Because if you notice, it was like balls then Clay Fighter.
I have to hope.
I don't know what would have been before those. Maybe Art of Fighting. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
But Art of Fighting is like ties into the Neo Geo thing, so maybe they just, I don't know. Let's keep going.
Who could
Tons
say?
of them, Just Balls, Clay Fighter, brutal paws of fury. Those were
Yo, listen,
I noticed you had to think a bit to remember that.
there's a great clip going around again of some of the animated endings from like Brutal Paws of Fury for Sega CD, and he's actually kind of right. Like the game part wasn't really that, you know, that dev's like expertise. It was the animation. So like at least that part had some innovative qualities to it. I'm not, you know, I'm not caping for the game. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah.
All right.
some
You
of
know,
the
it's
weird
definitely
home
stuff.
titles that came out, and you know, I really like that because they were innovative. You know, they were weird, kind of wacky.
Kind of
Do we
wacky.
have a phone call? Okay, I'm gonna take a phone call right now.
All right.
Hello,
Caller.
phone caller, you're on the air. Hello?
Is this Zai?
Yes. Hello. What's your name?
Thomas?
Thomas?
Uh-huh.
Okay. What would you like to talk about today?
Well, I had a question about Mortal Kombat 3.
Okay,
No.
Mortal Kombat 3. Who would you
Let's
like
see.
to? What would you?
What's the name of the guy with the big paw?
The guy with the big paw?
Paul.
The guy with the
Huh?
big pole. Okay.
The guy with a pole.
The what?
Cabal?
Oh, they said pole. They are clearly thinking of Jade. Maybe.
was Jade in Vanilla MK3?
No.
No, but I want to know where they're going with this.
Yeah, so do I. I'm curious.
Oh, whoops. Let me resize that.
Spins around people real fast.
All right, let me
Spins around. Oh, no, they mean Cabal. Okay.
Okay, I'll go get.
No, you're right.
see right here. I'm not sure what his name is. I think that I can find it. I'm not sure.
I wanted to know his special move.
All right. What
Of
do you
course,
think his
he's been
name
trying to
is?
become a
I mean,
Cabal
do you have
main.
the foggiest idea?
I don't know. Well, when you look on the main screen, he's under the guy named he's under Scorpion.
He's under Scorpion.
Wait, he wasn't in that game.
He's under Scorpion in
Hold on,
vanilla.
let me look at the vanilla.
That man.
slice screen.
Yeah, hold on a second. Let's as a
So he assumed Cyrax was Scorpion.
Oh,
Cyber Scorpion. He's
okay.
yellow. It's Cyber Scorpion, don't you know?
They assume that, like, okay, I'll see what's going on here. They just thought that Scorpion had some kind of robotic makeover. That's what that is.
You know, I was gonna say with the reaction to MK3 is like, damn, you take Scorpion out of one game and Mortal Kombat fans lose it. Like,
Yeah, you're so right.
But you know, it's kind of weird though, right? Like, no Scorpion.
I
what?
did think that Fuwas, you're right. I did think that the caller was gonna try and prank here because the minute they're like, oh, they got a big pole and and they spin it real fast, it's like, okay, hold on a minute.
No,
What are we?
I'm glad that they're.
Yeah,
they're
I'm glad we
sincere.
are not pranking a child. Like,
Yeah, Zot the Avenger. We don't need to see him have his worldview shattered here.
yeah.
Under Scorpion. Okay.
Like, there's
Which
no.
game are you talking about? This
Mortal
Mortal
Kombat
Kombat 3?
Mortal Kombat 3.
Mortal Kombat 3. Okay. Do you mean
He's under that
Sub-Zero?
guy with the blue dick.
The what? I'm sorry, sir. I can't help you. Thank you. Okay, phone caller. You're on the air. We have another phone call. Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. Hey, I was wondering if you're gonna make a videotape with all the moves like you did for Mortal Kombat 2.
Oh, all right. You saw that show?
Yeah, I did. I liked it. So I've been trying to get all the moves for Mortal Kombat 3 and I couldn't do it.
This is the crazy thing, is around that time, the only way you would get some shit is a magazine, B, you just know a guy, C, you like are somehow on like alt.games. Like already you're in a use group because you're a crazy person. Or you just worked there. I don't know how else you get a move list in 1994. I was going off of magazines, so I didn't think
it's
to like.
kinda wild.
I didn't think to call a hotline or anything. I've never called like a Nintendo counselor.
That had to have been a really interesting job.
Yeah, there's a great documentary about some of those people who worked on on those call centers. But yeah, let's finish.
All right.
I need some help.
Hell!
All right, so how does this sound, okay? I'll do a show in the future where I will show all the codes for X-Men, the arcade game, Mortal Kombat 3, and
Oh, you do
Tekken.
all of them?
How about
And
that? How does
Tekken.
that sound?
Oh, that sounds good. That sounds good.
All right, I'll try and do that for my next show.
That
all right?
sounds good.
You know,
Tekken.
A Virtual Fighter 2?
yeah.
I've seen some pictures. Camera person, can you show up the poster of Virtual Fighter 2?
Oh,
Yes, our camera person is going to put up a picture right now of a poster that has all the fighters for
The
Virtual
thing-
Fighter 2.
Public
And it looks like it's going to be a really great game.
Public
Because
access
I was
must
a
have
big
banged
fan.
if you could do that in like video toaster like form. I don't even know if they get to do that in here.
Golfing stuff already.
They have it at golf and stuff?
Yeah, the one on Tanker Verde.
Wow, I need to go check that out. Yeah, I haven't
That's crazy that you had to find out where the machines were, by the way, through public access.
oh my god.
yeah.
played it
I
yet.
played it. I kicked somebody's ass.
hey, you can't say ass to this. It's funny. One of the first formative arcade experiences I think I ever had. Really, I was playing Marvel superheroes in like a movie theater with a grown ass adult who beat my ass, utterly thrashed me, and I don't think they cussed or anything like that, but they said something rude. It was like, "Waste my time, kid," and it was like, okay, man, like what? Like, I am not out of grade school. What do you expect from me? Okay.
Beat me, man. I say, hey.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm really looking forward to playing because I'm a big fan of Virtua Fighter.
Yeah, that's good.
Hold on one second. I need to tell my camera the other side, Carlos. That side, yes. Okay.
on, Carlos.
Our camera person's having some trouble.
Get your act together.
Yeah, get the VF content we
Yes,
crave.
well, okay, right now we're going to put
on
up
the
a picture
screen.
for all you people that haven't seen Virtua Fighter 2 already. This is a pretty cool poster.
Eventually.
All right,
So-
Carlos.
somewhere
Oh,
there,
oh,
there we go.
Oh.
That actually really is really good. I'm glad that was worth the wait. That slaps. You got a game player's logo in the upper left under the Sega
I mean,
thing.
my favorite company, Ega.
Oh, good for you, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, now
Big
these
fan.
are all. It has a lot of the characters from the old Virtua Fighter, like Akira and, you know, Jackie and a lot of
I like
the.
to stuff their bone.
What?
Their bones?
What did you say, phone caller?
I think he said something about jumping
Okay,
their
well,
bones
anyway,
there, which is like,
yeah,
all
like
right,
there
man,
is Virtua Fighter, and I can
relax.
hardly wait until I get a chance to play that. Now I'm going to take another phone caller right here. So.
Oh, they put a post-it note over the game players thing.
Oh man.
That's so funny because they're like, we can't credit this magazine. What? Just-
Phone
money for
caller,
that
you're on the air.
licensing.
Hello? Hello, phone caller, are you there? Oh, well, I guess they hung up. All right, we have another phone caller right here. Hello, phone caller, you're on the air. This video games and more. Can I help you?
Yes, you should tell your cameraman to drop the camera a little bit. You're like got too much headroom. He'll know what I mean.
Okay, man.
Wait, he's just
like-
giving camera advice.
This ropes in that thing that happened to like the raw, Tiffy Raw Time and other people who are on public access, where you are undergoing the mortifying ordeal of being a public figure, but also you have to talk about fighting games, and you are, yeah, like you are not old enough to drink. Like,
Okay. Drop the camera. You have too much headroom, Carlos. Anyway, do you have any...
whoop.
All right, guess we don't have any
Never
questions
mind.
on the video games. Anyway, let's take another phone
That guy
caller.
didn't care about
Phone
video
caller, would you like
games.
to talk about any of the new video games
He
that
was
are
just
out
seeing
right
the
now?
cinematography. He's like, this needs to be
which
addressed.
ones?
Mortal Kombat 2?
Mortal Kombat 2?
Yeah.
He's kind of right though. There's kind of like a
For home
weird amount of
systems
open space above
Yeah.
him here.
For Sega.
Home system for Sega. All right, what question do you have?
How do you do Scorpion's uppercut move?
Scorpion's uppercut move?
Yeah.
How do you
Well, pretty
do?
much like you do all the uppercuts. You just
How do you do Scorpion's uppercut?
They're probably doing that Cyrax.
I feel like if I were to interpret this as like some 12-year-old like filtering it, I think what they mean is how do you spear someone in so that you can then uppercut them. That's what I assume they mean. I don't know if Zot gets there, but
Down and punch.
they thought that was hilarious.
I got a phone call with the case of the giggles right here. Anyway, hello, phone caller. You're on the air. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, phone caller.
What you guys doing on here?
What are we doing?
What are you doing on here?
Stop on the computer.
what are you
Stop
doing?
all the downloading.
All these fighting games. What do you think you're doing on my cable TV?
Well, I'm talking to people, well, trying to at least, about the fighting video games.
Oh, fighting. I love fighting games.
Oh my God!
Hey,
That's the soundboard right there. Oh, fine. Partner.
Oh my God, dude!
fighting video games.
I don't for it, man.
What kind of games are you showing tonight?
Well,
What kind of games are you showing tonight? That Mortal Kombat 3.
right there. We showed a videotape that had that right there.
Well, I love that the advertisement has reading in it, by the way.
Characters on Mortal Kombat 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so if you have any questions about any of those characters?
What all their names?
All right. Well, anyway, we're coming towards
couldn't
the
even
end
hear what
of
he
our
said there.
show right now.
I think he
so
said,
guess
"What
I
are
should
all the
wrap it up right
names?"
here.
Which is
I have not really touched the subject of fighting video games on this program, but I hope to in a future episode. So I'm a.
Why did
It's
an
okay, Zod.
old-timey prospector call him just that?
Keep on gaming.
that guy had not left a cave in a decade and just was like, "What are these screens? Why are they speaking to me?"
You know, fighting games, used to be you just put on a couple boxing gloves to beat your opponent in the ring.
Name every fighting game. Like, it's so we would then go on to have 30 years of fighting games, and I'm sure maybe after next week we'll have some more. I like the ones that are out though. They should, I don't know if we need any more.
Well, I haven't made mine yet, so
Yeah, we need yours. We need you, the people, and we need those. I don't know if we need the $500 million investment ones. We're just.
I think if Sony wants to put $500 million into anything, they should just send it to the Battle Craze development team.
That's true.
exactly.
That's
yeah,
correct.
then
That's
give
what
me a
I'm
cut so I
saying.
can,
Anybody,
give me a cut so I can rent a warehouse to film in.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we'll see if I'm sure there'll be some VF news. We'll see what happens. I don't know. For cleanliness purposes, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Melly, where can people find you on the internet?
I am grunkzone on Twitch. I keep on a Melly in Chains on Blue Sky. Although if you look up Melly Fiore, you'll see what I'm up to. I am eternally working on projects and eternally trying to finish at least one of them. So there's that.
yeah.
But well relatable struggle. T, where can people find you?
You can find me on TTTTTTsd at Blue Sky, 5 T's. I have a Twitch channel. I stream stuff. I have to get back to doing that. I've been on and off vacations this whole month. It's been kind of annoying.
Big
But,
same.
this Tuesday, something.
This Tuesday. Okay. We'll keep an eye. And I've been Aaron. I live here. I don't know.
Where can you find me? I wonder.
Yeah, Plasma Sword on Blue Sky, Plasma Sword on Discord, Plasma Sword on Twitch, Plasma Sword forever. Hey, if you enjoyed this, we might, by the time this comes out, have a Patreon. I'm not quite sure yet. You'll by the time the VOD goes up, you'll know. We'll figure something out. But thank you all for watching and listening and for all the kind words. This has been Gaming While Rome Burns. Call that shit a Roman cancel. Episode something or other, and we will see you in the next go round.
See ya.
Take care.
Apparently awful.